Unless you absolutely want to keep
No,
them.
I don't.
Oh. Good evening, everyone. 7 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. I almost got here late tonight. Well, I did get here just about 8 o'clock, you know, attempted to take a nap. And although I put the phone on to alarm, it alarmed and I woke up. But, you know, sometimes when you just take a short nap, or what they call a power nap, by the time you are ready, you're really getting into the groove of the nap, you have to wake up. But I'm here, thank God, and it is a pleasure to be here. Good evening again, wherever you are, in whatever part of the world that you are tonight. It is, as always, a pleasure to be here to bring you the In the Spotlight radio show. We are on 95.1 FM. And we are also live via Q's website, and we are live on Facebook Messenger, on Facebook Live via my Facebook page. I told you, you know, I'm still kind of waking up from the nap. It is another beautiful Monday night in Dominica, in our beautiful, beautiful island home. And for those of you who make this your Monday night gig, we thank you for choosing us. And I know there are a few persons who look forward to a Monday night. I'm giving you early warning. I think next week Monday is a public holiday. Okay, so just note that. Last week Monday we had Angeline de Puta Pante along with Pastor Roosevelt Panthe, and we had a fantastic program. And tonight we have a gentleman good night, Sabina. Tonight we have a gentleman who has an absolute passion for whatever he gets involved in. And we are happy to have Dunstan Maggie Peters in the studios tonight for the In the Spotlight radio show. One of the hardest working, is he still a young man? Young man in Dominica. And there's so much that he has to share. Q95 FM Radio, thank you for allowing me to be here on a Monday night. Thank you to Innovate Multimedia. Thank you to Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. Thank you to Kadisha for her support. And thank you for you, the listeners and the viewers. You are the reasons why I make the effort to be here on a Monday night. Thank you for the encouragement that you always give, whether it be on social media, whether it be encountering you somewhere on the streets of Roseville, somewhere around the island. I do it for you. Are we ready? Are we ready, Maggie?
Oh.
He's actually.
I just spreading the vibes, making sure everybody ready because you've ready.
You've been ready.
Yeah.
You've been ready, Maggie. I must say that it's interesting how we got this going, right?
Yeah.
So let me give you all a secret about Maggie.
Yeah.
Maggie is a gentleman who, no matter what time it is, will send out his blasts. And he'll send them out via WhatsApp. It could be 12 midnight, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. Ipa Mele. Well, one of those famous times that he did that, I wasn't very too kind to him. I wasn't too very kind to him. He got it. I said to Maggie, don't you know what time it is that you have to be sending WhatsApp messages and sending out broadcast messages at this time? And I must be fair to him, he was very humble about it. And then I guess, and probably he'll explain that to me. I presume that he just felt that was the time he wanted to send out his blast, and that was the time he was doing it. But you were very, very, very humble, and you were very apologetic about it. But guess what? I have not gotten a late broadcast from him in a while. In a very long while. I don't know if he take me off his broadcast list.
I just paid good before I press. When I think for that, I said, no, that one. Yeah.
At least he's thoughtful about that. But for some reason, either on Saturday night or Friday night, he sent out a blast and he included me in that. So the jockeys, I responded to his WhatsApp. He got a little nervous. He thought,
I frightened.
Tell them, Maggie.
I frightened when I see, I just plump, so I see further and I said, people shit. I said, I don't want to read what she writes. I see further and I type and I start to apologize. I'm sorry.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sorry, I apologize.
So that I came back to him and I said, Maggie, are you thinking that I'm going to give you a hard time for sending me a message at this time? And he said, yes. I said, no. I said, in fact, that blast that you sent actually caused me to want to invite you to the In the Spotlight radio show. Yeah. And Maggie couldn't stand himself. Maggie said he's going to bed one time.
I can't sleep. I don't do nothing to spoil it.
Wow. But it was really interesting that night, Maggie.
Yeah,
it was really interesting. It was really interesting that night. And I am happy that you consented to be on the program, and I'm happy that you were very happy that you got the invitation.
Excited,
yes, to do the program. So thank you again.
I've been waiting for that for a very long time.
Is that so? I know this. Listen, people. I have said to you all, it will not always strike me, to invite this person or to invite that person. And there are people out there, if you feel that you need to be, and I'm not going to come on here and say, Maggie, send me a message, and ask me to be on it. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. Send me a message. Send me an email. The email of the program is inthespotlight.da@gmail.com. You can inbox me. Well, the inboxing via Messenger sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. I take some time before I read those. But send me an email. If you have my number, send me a WhatsApp. You can send it to 275-7565. That is the number that I actually use for the program and other little things, So do that. I have no issues, because somebody might be thinking, that is a good person to have on. For that, I should have on that person, but it may not strike me that I should have on that person. And probably some help from you would definitely be appreciated in helping me to get the people on to the In the Spotlight radio show. I've said to you, it could be a bit of a challenge at times, but I continue to try my best to be here and to do this program simply because of the level of appreciation that is shown for this program and the amount of feedback that I get for this program, and it keeps me going. I keep having the energy and the vibe and the desire to continue, even though sometimes it poses a challenge to be here. So Maggie, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Sakafe?
Voilà.
Ula.
Of course.
Of course. Maggie. So I've given a little joke on you already, for the evening. I'm going to allow you to say good evening to everybody, and then I need to ask you something. Go on.
Okay, good evening everybody. Welcome to In the Spotlight. And I hope you have your popcorn and all your kakuti and everything ready, because it's going to be very interesting.
Okay. All right. And you invite them to view as well.
Yes. Oh.
Those who would like to view. Did you
shape
up for me, Maggie?
Yeah, man. I must big up my hairdresser.
Yes.
Miss Laura from Citronia.
All right.
Check her out.
Check her out.
Yeah. Make sure you call for 615-1001. Yeah, I must give her a big up. Last minute we should have come fast.
Oh really?
Yeah, man. She don't normally do that, but I tell her to go for dinner tonight.
Yes.
I'll be in the spotlight and I need to look a little sharp because I know the thing.
You're right. And you're looking sharp.
Of course.
You're looking sharp. You're looking sharp. Thank you, Maggie.
Yeah,
thank you for prepping for me,
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
So Maggie, the first thing I want to understand tonight, right? Is your real name Maggie?
No.
Is Dunstan.
Yes.
Your real name is Dunstan.
Dunstan Peters.
Where did Maggie come from?
Okay.
One. And then the pull the plug part. I've heard stories. What is the story?
Okay, so let's go with Maggie first.
Yes.
Okay. So Maggie is my grandmother name, but not my grandmother. My mother had 3 mothers. No, wait, mistake. I had 3 grandmothers.
3 grandmothers.
Yeah, 2 by blood and 1 by my mother had 2 mothers.
So I know how that works.
Right. So my mother, the other, not the blood mother, her name is Maggie. It was Maggie, but she passed. And she had a bakery in Newtown, where I live in all my life. And that was one of the first bakeries I know in Dominica. Most now plenty bakers come from that bakery. Big fellas are baking all about, they pass through that bakery.
All right.
So it was Maggie's bakery. And I raised in the yard. I raised there, so I used to, sell bread, carry bread, do things, deliver bread. So everybody used to call me Maggie bread. They used to call me Maggie burn bread, Maggie donkey, Maggie, all kinds. Everything. I used to really want to cry sometimes. When I was small, yeah man. They used to troll me. Maggie donkey, Maggie burn bread. You check it? So that was the name, Maggie bread. Growing up. I used to even duck when I used to go and deliver the bread. I used to duck when it 1 o'clock. I don't know girls to see me. So I used to duck in the bus stop, let everybody pass. When all 2 o'clock, when everybody passes up in an empty bus, and make sure I get an empty bus, Yeah, so it stay Maggie bread for a good while until the bakery is no more. So the bread go and the Maggie stay. And I'm very proud of the Maggie.
Okay, because of the connection to your
my grandmother, I love her so much and she loved me so much, raised me to what I am right now. So I'm proud to be carrying her name. And I even think like I ready to go in the registry and make it permanent.
Add it to your existing name.
My existing name.
Make it formal.
Official. Yes.
Okay.
Dunstan Maggie Peters.
Dunstan Maggie Peters.
Because more people know me as Maggie than Dunstan.
That is true. I think so too.
Sometimes when people call me Dunstan, I'm frightened.
Okay.
Yeah, I just catch my attention. So I say, oh.
So then
now
they
pull the plug.
plug.
Okay, now they pull the plug now. Now
truth.
Yes, of course.
Truth is what we want tonight.
And nothing but the truth. Now the pulley plug thing that happened in 2005. Now I was in WCK for a whole heap of years.
And we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that will come in. But we jump in there for that part, for that purpose.
I wanted to make sure I didn't forget.
Right, no problem. I won't make you forget neither. So I'll organizing events. I organize events. That's what I do. And what I'm still doing, but it should be music. So I organize after I left WCK in 2003 with Nye and Skinny, and we do our thing and whatnot. And then after that, I started organizing events. So in 2005, I organized an event. Well, myself and Miss Yvette Laura. She had her thing was Starline Black promotion. So mine was Max Entertainment. So we collaborated to organize an event with WCK and Triple K in Cicero. And DJ Flip was playing as well. So that's the 3 acts on the show. We call it Summer Slam, something like that.
Okay.
And so that time now, Triple K was starting to really, 2005 Triple K was starting to hit the way, you know, really slam. People was getting gravitated towards Triple K, and CK was kind of dwindling because the Nye and Skinny and myself left, but Nye and Skinny at the time was basically, they was doing all this music for WCK. So when they left, it left a big void, so the WCK kind of dropped. So Nye and Skinny was pulling the weight. Now, when we organize a gig now, CK doesn't want to play last. They doesn't want to play first. They doesn't want to open. They want to play last. But normally if you have in your event, you want the band that have the most people to play to end the show because you want people to stay there for them so you can, you know, you're back and make money. That's, you know, that's a common thing.
Yes.
But CK insists they want to play last. So Yvette in the forefront.
No, last, he's right.
Yeah, CK wants to end the show. But we want Triple K to end the show. And Yvette, I have Yvette in the forefront dealing with the business because after me and Naya, they live a little bad blood, so they don't want to see with me. So if they never think it's me that involved in that show, they will not even take the, they will not even, you know,
so they
agree.
Had no clue.
They didn't know it's me. Because I'm in the background and I have Yvette at the front, nice, sexy Yvette, pretty. So you see the ladies and the lady and things working. So Yvette is negotiating with them, or whatever, you know, the contract and stuff like that, and they're telling her they want to play last, and I tell her specifically they have to open the show. They play at 12. They play from 1 to 2:30. DJ Flip comes on from 11.
Let me interrupt you a minute. So is all of that happening on the night of the event?
No, that's
before.
That's before. Yes,
negotiating and
contract and all kind of thing like that.
Right.
So imagine, guess what? The manager of Flow right now. He was the manager of WC at the time.
Ooh.
Jeffrey Baptist.
Alright.
Right, so that's how interesting it was. Now, so they're negotiating and it come to a point, to make a long story short, that eventually they decide, okay, we're going to play first, but they have in their mind that Dominica that they will play what time they want, even if they sign contract. So that's how it was, you know how it is already. As if they don't obey things, but that's what they want. So they say, okay, we'll play that time, but in their mind, they'll come and play when they're ready, when they feel they're ready. So the event starts, and we're in there with bar, stock, and it was a Saturday, and that time we have warehouse, 2005, and people scared to have events on Saturday because not warehouse flopping everything.
Okay.
No matter what you have, it can be a free party, warehouse. People living down at the warehouse and buy drinks because warehouse is it. So you have to ensure that you have to ensure your gig is a very big gig to compete with warehouse on a Saturday. So we check in CK and Triple K together, yeah man, we can do it. So we're ready, but once they play on time, then we cool. You know? But apparently, 11 o'clock things start playing, music playing, DJ playing, and you know, time coming for them man to come, they're supposed to come on, about half an hour to come and song checks so they can start. Nobody showing up calling, Keith calling, Ra calling people, calling Jeffrey, nobody answering phone. Then like 12:30, one person walks in, that's Bert Castonger, one of the keyboardists, walks in by himself. And then after another half hour later, somebody else walks in. And then the time for them to start to play, which is 1 o'clock, has already gone. So 1:30, I see a whole heap of them coming in with Bertie and them, this crew, everybody walking in. And they stopping and talk people and talking to people and like, you know, like there's no urgency. And I like, we're mad because like people outside, they're waiting to hear the band start and they come inside. They don't want to come inside and hear DJ, they want to hear the band. So them man, they're thinking and shaking like, you know. Anyway, they go on the stage and they take their time and connect things and sound check and thing and getting ready and do the little shock talk and thing. And they start to play about they start to play about 1:30 and they have us about 2:30. So okay, so they start to play. And they play the little groovy thing and people walking in, chipping in and the vibes going okay. And so I tell them, regardless of what time you all start, you all have to stop on time.
2:30.
You have to stop 2:30. They say, cool man, but in their mind, Mark, they just get to realize, Mark, give me up. So they say, Mark, get out there, Mark, I used to plug his speaker first. You can take out, sing, man. So they play, and we're there, and Triple K come in on time, and the crowd, and they're ready to have their things ready. And we're there. Half an hour before, it's 2 o'clock now. So I go, I say, I come to Jeffrey, I say, Jeffrey, they have half an hour because I realize they're still in the shock talk slow, you know, groovy thing, and they haven't strike up, you know, the up tempo. music, so I tell them half an hour, so, you know. Tell me, alright, they still playing the little shop talk thing. 15 minutes to go, and now they start to kick up. So I said, Jeffrey, it's 15 minutes to go, you know, so tell me, alright. He tell her, right, Maggie say 15 minutes, right? I said, Maggie, 15 minutes. So they're playing still. 10 minutes ago, I tell the DJ to queue up himself and, you know, tell Triple K, go by his side, start getting all those things ready to go and organize. 5 minutes ago, I said, Jeffrey, yeah, because I see they bring the Momo on the stage now to do the little Momo thing, clean play, you know, go and do everything in the Momo. So the Momo's my boy. So it hit 2:30, but the Momo on the stage. So I said, I don't want to my partner, the Momo, that's my boy. So I said, hey, after that, that's it. Then man, check it. Okay, cool. So I go down there and I tune him, and Mr. J flip two up his thing and I'm ready to go. Momo stop, and then I strike a next track. I say, what? So I go down this way, I say, Jeffrey, what going on? Tell me nothing. I say, well, his manager. You know? I say, Ra, what going on? Ra tell me, just now. I tell like, Ben, you have to stop now, you know? Tell man, no stopping. Then I say, one more. I say, okay, one more. I walk in now. I tell every song there, one more. When every song there, the next track starts, I say, no, man. I tell the engineer, let's go. I say, DJ, let's go. The DJ telling me, he can't do that. I say, he can't do that. I say, DJ, let's go. DJ Fred, DJ Flip. I say, show me where the button for the music. I press the button, I press play, music play. Show me the channel. I remember I was the engineer, double six, I know every mixing board. I just allowing them to do, but if they cannot do, I can do. So I bring up the music a little bit, and then man, they jamming. And I tell the engineer, let's go. Like, mute them man, because you know, he can't do that.
He was afraid, man.
That is not, that's the bass man, Triple K. He's my boy, that's heads. He tell me afraid, I said, okay, move. So I just sound the music and I just pull down all the channels. Now they still play because he monitors on stage, so they hear themselves on the stage. But the people and them not hearing him outside, they hear the little monitor, so people have stop. So they still jamming and they realize like nobody moving really. So they go, what's going on? So what before that happened, I already tell Jean-Pierre, the security, to come and bring somebody there because I know it's going to happen. So I prepare for that already. So I have Jean-Pierre and two officers there, and Jean-Pierre, as soon as I do what I'm going to do, 10 guys are going to come. Tell them, yeah, delete them for me please. Tell them, don't come by me. So as soon as I pull out the thing, I see Keith, Clint, all of them coming. Bertie, Chris, Maggie, and Jean-Pierre said, hey, stay right there. And that was the story. So that was the plug was pulled there.
Personalities, educational and informative topics and issues.
Oh my goodness.
Season 2. The Spotlight. Monday nights from 8 p.m. on Q95.
I just had to bring that in right there, Maggie. So, hence the reason why you have been called Maggie pull the plug.
Yes. So it's a real.
But you didn't literally pull a plug.
Well, you could call it the plug. I didn't pull a plug.
You didn't literally pull out a plug.
No. I just dropped all the levels on the mixing board and shut off the music.
And that was it.
And yeah. And after that, no matter where things stop in any party anywhere, everybody will say, Maggie pull the plug.
So
all New York and Dominican, Maggie pull the plug.
And that's the story.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that for
of
us,
course.
Maggie. Alright, Maggie, so we go. Somebody actually put it on social media that I should ask you that.
For sure.
So I really wanted to make sure that I asked you about that.
Get through all the things that we don't get and forget it.
You know, because by the time we start talking, you know, we're talking, you understand, but we had to do that piece. So that's what happened. Maggie pulled the plug. Not the literal plug, but he shut down the vibe.
Yeah, man. I pulled it down because you have to understand that at some point you have to start to make an example of somebody.
But did anybody say that it was probably because of the fact that you were no longer with them, that probably, you know, you did that?
No, it wasn't because
it was you who left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
For
so
sure.
Maggie, of course, we have to get to know this a bit more about Maggie. Alright. Maggie, you cold man?
No, man, I'm nice.
Oh, okay. I see you have your sweatshirt all, you know, zipped up and so on. I mean,
vibes.
You just want to be comfy,
For
right?
sure,
okay.
That is it.
So Maggie, let's talk about you, the person. If somebody were to ask, were to say to you, like I'm going to say, if you were to describe yourself, what are some of the words you would use to describe yourself? How would you describe Maggie?
Maggie, humble, caring, passionate, yeah.
Yes, I know
visionary,
that. Yes. Considerate.
Yes, considerate.
These are some of the words.
Leader.
Yes. These are
motivator. This kind of thing. Positive. Just
positive vibes.
Yeah, positive vibes. Yes.
So where are you from? You said you're from Newton. Is that where you're from originally?
Yes, from Newton originally, but you have a little
twist.
A little stint, but yeah.
Yes, that's
which is very interesting.
Tell us.
Yes, so my mom and them they were raised. They still live in like as Boboa side there, Boboa, Citronia, Boboa is you living there?
I know where Boboa. No, that's not right, but I know.
There.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where they used to live. And she was like a little coward. My mother was like a little coward, you know, walking the streets. My mother. So,
your mother was
yeah, my mom, yeah. She was like, you know, a real coward, you know, you call them street girls, you know, street. So she was always just living and just walking always in the streets, walking.
Okay.
And she always knew Tom, lying in just walking Newtown with her friends and thing. And Maggie with the bakery, she always would go there, you know, and check Maggie would give her bread, you know, and things like that, give her soft drink, give her thing to eat and thing, and she kind of, Maggie's spirit kind of take her, and then Maggie invite her in to the yard, and she would help her wash clothes, do things, you know, do things in the yard and stuff like that, and really, her spirit really catch her, you know, yeah. So she just like adopted her almost, you know, not in paper, but like that's my child. But her sister, Maggie's sister, wasn't fond of my mom because my mom was a street girl. So Maggie's sister telling Maggie like, why are you bringing stray people in the yard, you know, kind of thing like that. But Maggie shaking like, she loved my mom vibe, so she don't it. So eventually my mom got pregnant with me a little time after that, and Maggie was feeling a way like her sister going to tell her, see, I told you, bring Tracy that, you know, the girl that pregnant.
How old she was?
I was like 15, 16.
Oh.
Yes. So Maggie didn't want her sister to tell her, I told you so. So what she did is, when stomach started to grow, you know, looking visible, she got a place for a Mao, rent a house for a Mao.
Maggie?
Mom, yeah, Maggie.
Got a house
for my mom in Mao, rent a little 1-bedroom house in Mao, on Georgian, you know, and that's where I lived for my first 11 years of my life.
Okay.
So I was at Jamao for the first set of my life. I went to primary school in Mao, up on the hill, Tiza, with teacher like Alice Nespri, you know, and I went to school with people like Brinsley Charles and you know them guys there, you know, Kenny Fespri and them fellas there. And growing up down Mao, for like, I didn't go to preschool because my mom was a hustler, so she worked jobs and things like that. So she lived with my grandmother, stay home. When it was time to really put me in preschool, when I bring me preschool, the teacher said I'm too old to go preschool. I was like 4, 5, like 5. She said I'm too old. I know for some reason she said I'm too old.
Of course you were too old.
5
to go to preschool, of course.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, they put me in primary school. But my mom used to teach me like home taught, you know, give me books to read and little thing, all kind of things.
Homeschooling?
Yeah, homeschooling. She had a lot of records, music records, so Bob Marley was kind of thing there, so she would make me read the things, teach me all kind of things, so I learned to read like that. And then bring me to school, Mao school, primary school, went to grade 1, and from grade 1 I was so smart that they skipped grade 2, put me in grade 3.
Oh.
Yeah. And grade 3 and we going. I was so smart, they skipped grade 4, put me in grade 5. And then once they take me in grade 5, like when I was in grade 5, I was so smart in grade 5, they take me to grade 6 to show the students how to do a math problem on the blackboard, because I was so bright. So there's kids in grade 6 couldn't do a problem, they bring me from grade 5 and, you know, to make them feel embarrassed.
Well, excuse me.
And you just break down the thing for them on the board and clap for me, and you know. So from there now, I went to grade 6 and grade 7. Then common entrance time come. When I see common entrance, I failed. I didn't pass.
What?
So everybody was in shock. Just like I said, we just say, what? The whole school like shock. How come? But let me tell you why. Because of the amount of grades I skipped, there's certain things on the syllabus I didn't get to do.
I see.
So when I watch the common entrance paper like algebra, fractions, subsets and everything there,
That whole you.
I never said in my life by watching that, I go, what is that? So I leave all that blank. I leave a portion of thing blank because I never seen anything before.
Okay.
So because I skipped those classes, I skipped, you know what I mean? So I didn't pass. So when that happened, and Maggie said no, and my mom so disappointed, like, she like the kind of things they get from my school is good things. How I don't pass that? So immediately, Maggie said, "Man, mama, you my child for me."
Right.
That's now what thing they're working.
Right.
So bring me back to town, put me in Rosa Boys School, and within 6 months, I come out number 90. With Sir Lufa in Rosa Boys School,
Right.
Sir Lufa and Miss Thomas, that's my teacher. I go to school there with Peter Prosper, you know.
You and Peter went to school
Peter
together?
at the back, in Silver back together. Yeah, and Sir Lufa. Peter Prosper saved me from getting a meeting from Sir Lufa.
Is that so?
Because I just come to the school, I didn't know how to, I didn't know that you have a certain way to rule your book. When you're going for a master to rule the book a certain way, I didn't know that. I just come there, but Sir Lufa didn't know. Peter Prosper was telling him, sir, he knew, he just come out Maho, you know, and that's why I read Don Ben already to get the strokes, you know. Like,
so Peter saved
Peter
you.
saved me, Peter Prosper saved me from getting
That he should make a calypso.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And fellas like Peter Walsh, I went to with them guys there, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so from I come to school, it didn't take 6 months, and I come out number 90. Now, the year before they gave 90 scholarships. But this year, that year now, they go to 80. So I missed it by a little bit, so I got a bursary.
You got a bursary.
I got the 10th bursary.
I still think you got a scholarship.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yes.
I tell myself,
Of
yeah,
course.
I got a scholarship. So now I went to SMA. Went to register me in SMA.
I think I remember you
Of course.
going to SMA.
You must remember.
I think I remember you.
Some fella.
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to SMA, and guess what? I almost didn't get to go to SMA because I went there, and because I was feeling so deadly, I come out 90. I should be like, them fellas, they can't refuse me. Like 90, I don't have to go and they are going to scrutinize that. From this in 19, Maggie, automatic, you know.
Is that so?
So I come there and full my thing, my auntie come and full our thing, and I just leave at 10 my man, we check our scene, I check when it's time for school to open, we go and buy uniform. They don't give us no paper saying that you have to buy no somebody book list and you can go and get my thing. The guy checking
But
like,
you cannot do that.
I don't know why you're checking that automatic, so I just 90, I come and go start checking body man.
I'm sorry, Maggie,
Yeah.
you're kidding me.
Are you with me?
Wait, so the school didn't tell you accepted at their school?
No.
You didn't get any paper,
No
any
paper,
book list,
no
anything.
book list,
So
nothing.
you take somebody, you're so confident.
Yeah, confident that.
You take somebody's book
Yeah,
list
man.
and you go and buy books
Yeah.
to go to SME.
I just go in the place and I give you the books. I can make it somewhere else, just give you the books, just go there and just start choosing books and yeah man. Get my books, I go buy, get my paper, I go buy Jay's bookstore and get all my, buy all my books. Well,
Because you go into SME.
SME, I go in and I have my book list and I get my books.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
And I went Mababa. Mababa is the international place for uniform.
That's correct.
So I go get my uniform, my pants well sharp, you know, and my clocks and thing, and I'm ready for school. And in the line, we're in the line assembly, and Brother Wickham and them talking and following him. And they watching me like, well, you forget us, man. No, they say, we go in the office. And what's your name? And everybody in the name, and they're trying to, how come you got the name? Check my name, how come? They watch my name, they don't get my name. They but we don't give them acceptance. I say, oh, I tell them how comes? Tell me, but you never came back for us to find out. I say, well, I don't know. Brother Wickham tell me, listen, we're going to take a chance if you do not make us regret it. I can never forget that. Room 101, that's in me. With the likes of Peter later, then what else? Camera Libla, nice class, our class there. Some deadly fellas.
No, Maggie, no, that is just incredible.
Trust me.
Who does that?
I don't know, Maggie.
How did it work out?
Yeah, man, so I'm in school, SMA, and we flow in. And thing about it is, I raised up now with Maggie. My mother now go away. My father in England, my mother Guadeloupe or somewhere. My mother like a normal almost. Go Montreal, she working there, she just, a real hustler. And I with my grandmother and a lady that working for her, I consider my auntie Agatha Fevrier, and she have a son Dennis Fevrier. So that's my, like we together. He was 2 years younger than me, and so that's my partner, and we roll in. And so that's why I go to school and going through the school, but I haven't got nobody home to really push me and make sure I do a lesson and things like that. So I just like go into the motion. So I was just doing just enough to get by. I was not a student.
Right, but you could have been.
Yeah, I could have been, but it's like I was kind of bored with the school. I was just doing what I need to do. The passing mark is 50, I was getting 55.
Okay.
And 60 for the most. I was just flowing.
Okay.
So I go like that, first form, second form, third form, fourth form. And when I fourth form, things, right now it's girls and things, and so that distraction getting high now. Confident girls.
Fourth form is the worst time for distraction to fall in place.
Yeah, and all those kind of subjects there, and business and science and things, and messaging by girls, and I repeat fourth form. Repeat fourth form together with.
So when while they skipped you in primary school, who can repeat secondary school?
No, I tag up with Peter later. No, from first form I met Peter later tag. So that is where I live in Newton, but I always vigilant. Because they have a bicycle, he and Daddy Chess, they have a bicycle, I have a bicycle, So they got to ride bicycle and all the fellas. So that's my boys and them. So me, Daddy Chess was one class below us. So now he catch up with us. So we in fourth form together. Daddy Chess, Damien Sorrento, Shambali Blah. That was the clique. Now, I was a leader. Because all them time there them time is the time they call, I in like 89. So I went to SMA, like I forgot to say that, 85.
Okay.
I went in 85, so I'm fourth form in 89. So them time there now is, they have the Beaufort, they used to call us red people, those Asafans, but the Beaufort, thing like that, so all Peter never to pass under that kind of Beaufort, So she, Damien Sorrento with a red collar there, so I was a protector.
I see.
So they used to call me chief.
But you were red collar too.
My sharp, but I'm from Newton, so it's from Newton. People don't play with Newton people.
Okay.
Easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anybody I want to mess with, if them fellas there, Maggie in charge. You know what I mean? So it's called me chief, and like I go to school with people like Dewey Francis and them. And Solomon and guys. So he used to call me chief. That's why I get that name. I get that name chief from fourth form.
Okay.
And we used to do industrial arts with what's his name for the teacher name. So I go inside there with the lathe, make all like a Bluetooth, put our name on that, and like a squad in the school and so.
Seriously, Maggie? You started again?
Yes. But you think about it, you have to have everybody have a clique, and you have to make sure you have the enforcer, and nobody will take one recess in the hand.
I see.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so fourth form there, and then boom, from there go fifth form. But all that time there, them fellas doing well. But me, I just flowing.
You're not chief now.
I chief, yeah. So at the end of it, when we do CX and so I come out so well.
You didn't do well. Say that. Don't say I didn't come out so well. You didn't do well.
I didn't do so well.
Right.
I think I get about 2 2s, a couple of 3s, and a lot of 4s, and maybe a 5, Yeah. But yeah, so that was my school days.
Right.
And then from after school, 1991 graduate.
So you still graduate?
Yeah, I graduated because like I said, I was doing just enough. So
you were maintaining
the average. I was an average student.
Okay.
I was
very average.
And I used to have a partner by me, some smart fellas around me, so I used to know and then you have to swift. We call that swifting. You have to.
Wait. You used to copy.
But everybody's protector, so you have to check me ivory. You have to. You have to. So we have Camera League, very smart Camera League. Oh, look up right fella.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, no, you're 99, them fellas that, yeah, these teachers, these students, but they're just like teachers. Yeah, so when you have Tim and Sorrento and Camera League, you must get some good marks.
I see.
You know what I mean? So from there we graduate and, and that was it for school.
And you didn't pursue anything else in terms of the fact that But again, you did say that you didn't have the guidance and whatever. So I
Yeah.
would think, you probably didn't do too well.
Yeah.
You probably start going to some afternoon classes, redo this professor.
I do that, no? Yeah, what I tell myself, Maggie, it's your last school there. You should take a little rest. I think you should take a year off.
What?
I said take a year off and then next year we will see if we go.
But next year never came.
Jamais come.
Jody.
Pass, what? Now, yeah, what happened to that? Yeah, how come you don't come in? Now, when we hit fifth form, I got introduced to WCK in fifth form.
Oh.
We through Peter Lita and Daddy Chess and Damian Sorrento, because Cornell is and Peter mother is our brothers and sisters, he was his uncle. Smokey, all of them, that's your family. And Daddy Chess and Peter is cousins. So that is one family. So Swinging Stars and CK is your family. So one day the man tell me CK playing Good Times. That's next to our house down there, the issue is there. They see CK playing.
I remember Good Times.
And we go in school all the time, the fellas, saying, boy, let's not even take a little lime, we take a little seaweed. So they must say, let's go down there, they're setting up the equipment. So after school, about 2:30, we take a bus and we go down, buy Good Times, and see what your man set up the equipment. So then Michael Peters.
We segued into the music there, right?
Yeah.
You started to tell me all the music happening.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Yes, let's go.
So Michael Peters is the engineer for WCK, Cornell and them, and they organizing the thing, and you have them fellas on the speaker, bumping and setting up the speakers and stuff like that. And them man remain inside there and they telling Michael Peters and them that we come in later. So make sure the gate man know we come in to give us a pass.
Right.
But Maggie now check in. First time I see them fellas there, that is the CK. So in my mind, I tell myself, there is a man family, but they're not my family. So I want to make sure my pass sure. Yeah. So I say I want to make sure my pass sure, so I have to work for my pass. So I tell Michael, sir, what I can do to help you now? Because I want to work for my pass. I don't want to come later when you tell me, those two alone I can go have to stay outside.
Right.
So I say, I have to. So then my son will tell me, I just shoot man. No boy, I cool man. So he tell me, give me one to cut me. That is negative, that is positive. Show me the cords to connect the speakers. The black is negative, the red is positive. And I connect the speakers. Yeah, connect the speakers. On the stage, connect some keyboards and things so. And voila, I do my part. So when I come later,
nobody can attend
no trouble.
Passing through.
Yeah man, is a speaker connector, so check me. So we come and boom, we inside. And inside Good Time and see what party. So that was that night. And then another time again, couple of weeks after, another thing again, Good Times again, we go back there again. Same thing. I do my part.
You plug in.
I plug in,
yes.
and we good. And we finish that. So that is that and not finished now. So them man playing once and lunchtime I in the town and I meeting Michael Peters. And he called
the
me.
engineer.
Yeah, the engineer. And he called me, what's up? What happened? How come I don't see you? What happened? I said, what happened? Man, but you don't come, man. I said, don't come where?
Oh, he was expecting you to
continue
coming.
So I say, I didn't, I check in like I didn't feel like coming. Man say, you don't feel like coming? Man say, okay, listen, I'm going to give you $20 for you to do that for me. So that's your job. I'm going to give you a job.
So you're starting to get paid.
1990. My salary is $20 to connect the speakers. I say, sir. I say, sir, so you're telling me you're going to pay me to party? Boy, you have a deal. And that's $20 to connect the speakers. And we're good to go. Contract signed and that. And that was it. And that from there is so we go to plug in speakers and then the price the money going up. Move to 25, 30, 35, and we're going up 5 by 5.
You're getting your increase.
Every so often it's been going up. And 50 and we're going up and I say, wow, that is a dream job. I get paid to party,
and you enjoy doing it.
Of course. So as I leave school, I not, and from there $100. So as I leave school, I not, and
so you forgot about school.
Yeah, man,
you get your frees and your fours and your
man,
fives and your tutus.
And all the while in school I was saying I want to be a pilot, I want to be a this, I want to be a that, I want to look that I see. That is what and what I always say. like they're asking you what job do you like? I always say now, like a job that make me travel. So I say, you know what, pilot, because pilot are plane, so they can plane, travel, pilot, that one, that making sense. But little did I know, the real pilot is music.
That was for the real pilot for you.
The real plane, the real, vessel is music. See, music
Right.
and sports, them thing is the real vessel. They can take you anywhere. You know what I mean? So when I end up in that, I say, like, them man is going toy, whatever I did, fellas going to England, come back, bring shit for me. I just joined so I can't get a toy yet.
No.
But I say, eventually,
It will come.
it will come.
Patience.
Jack anchor. And you mad? CK, we got my shit and thing and road crew.
And CK huge at that
Jam
time.
and CK jam in 1991. Boy, mad. Follow the leader and kind of time there. And we jamming. You know what I mean? So that's how I end up in the music and forget about the school there because I check like that's a real school for me.
That was it for you.
Yeah.
So school fini.
School finish for now.
I
learning, hard knock life.
Hard knock life.
Yeah, CO and get paid.
So did you ever get to travel?
Of course.
Okay.
Let me tell you about that part there. The first time I traveled, it was to Antigua, no, Saint Martin. My first tour with the band of Saint Martin. And I traveled on the boat with the equipment. And that wasn't easy.
You was on the boat?
On the boat,
Yes,
with the speakers, with the guys and them, the road crew and them, with fellas from Fokole like Mealy, Parker, there's fellas from Tarisha, Mealy, Parker, there's some man from Fokole, that was the road crew, you know what I mean? And I on the boat, we had a partner called Juju, he's a Malawi brother from Pottersville. And on the boat name was CIC Free, I think them real, you know them heavy, big cargo boat that carrying hucksters and taking 2 days, that take 2 days from Dublin to St. Martin. And on that, guys checking, we go in St. Martin Carnival, so they bring the man up there, a guy named, I can't remember the guy name, but we bring the sound system because we're going to play on the road. And if you want to run the sound system, we have sound system to bring that. So that's how we get to travel. Because our own sound system to St. Martin. You know what I mean? The guy name was Cat, actually. Cat, they used to call him Cat.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a place in St. Martin on the back and by the pond there. So we're on the boat traveling. And let me tell you, the boat, we are up the boat on the port just there. And we take about 4 hours to reach on the port Portsmouth. Okay, I had to stop Portsmouth to pick up people. More hucksters. And when we reach Portsmouth, I said, can I open my eyes? I said, can we reach yet? I said, where are we there? Portsmouth, we I said, what? I come out on the port, I go, we go and buy some biscuit and sausage and things so because they say it's going to be a long ride. So we go and get snacks. You know what I mean? And we go back on the boat and Granny, there was Granny on the boat there frying some chicken and a thing there and so our boys and them and thing.
And you
and
said
we go in and we flow in. What you call it? Is that a guy, a DJ or something? I can't remember his name, but a DJ on there. You know, and there was this girl on there with him, you know, yeah, this girl. And we flow in and the girl, well dressed and thing, on the boat.
On the boat with the cargo?
On the cargo.
Yes.
Yeah, quality and we go in. Hola.
That was the first time.
Oh yeah, man, when we hit the channel, the girl shift on it, not vomit. Myself, I just there, I soul there. I don't know how I don't vomit, but that was nice and we go. Now, when we reach in the dock in St. Martin after 2 days, we reach in the night. Now, we reach in the night, that means we can even come off the boat.
Right.
You have to now wait till morning break for customs to open so we can clear. So we reach St. Martin, but we still don't reach yet. We're on the water and we're waiting for morning to break for us to come on the boat. And truck come with speakers, we load speakers on the truck to bring in the place. And guess what? We leave 2 days ago. Cornell and them leave like a couple of minutes. I'm meeting them and sit down in the place drinking beer. Well, Irie.
So you
and
leave them in Dominica?
Yeah, leave them in Dominica and I go. And I come in with them and sit down by a bar in St. Martin, drinking beers and things, and I sweating and I just like, boy, them and them, they just leave and they're ready and I leave 2 days ago and now I reach, you know what I mean? So it was my first tour. And trust me, when we hit that, I was 90, 93 I think. And CK, mash up St. Martin, hit the road, Jubilee morning, and Maggie like a star because on the truck, once on the truck, You know
You
what I
big
mean?
time.
Girls and
Yes.
you mad.
And you was not bad looking fella.
And my gal rush me cut. You know, I like carefree curls, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I mean, why are you mad? Hey,
I'm trying to host the program here, okay, man?
I know. Yeah, man, so trust me, it's niceness. St. Martin, that was a great, yeah, it was nice. And that was my first stop. And then,
I hope you didn't have to continue being on the boat all the time.
let me tell you about it again. The next one, now, next guy joined the band, my partner, Maurice Ives, Masha Boa.
I know,
Kings Hill.
where is he?
He's in New York.
Oh, I haven't seen all of
In New
that
York for a
guy.
good while. In New York for a good while. That's my partner, Masha Boa. Masha Boa, baddest reading programmer, you know, drum machine and thing. So now Masha Boa only sing now. Now we have to go. We have to go Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah, the band have to go Colombia. And yeah, but you have to pass through Miami, I think. And I don't have visa.
We watch.
And everybody have the visa. But Masha Boa now is more living in St. Martin. So he have a Dutch passport. He raised up in St. Martin, so he have a Dutch passport, so he don't need visa.
Oh.
So Masha Boa get a big town me there. Masha Boa end up Colombia. Masha Boa come back, boy, Maggie boy, mad, boy. Look girls, look thing, and I grow a jail. Masha Boa hit at Colombia and thinking, what?
So
Masha
you
Boa,
didn't get to go?
no boy, Masha Boa just come and think, boy, hey, look me, no, good me, no.
Yes.
Masha Boa just join me idea. I
So
take
why
all my
did-
clothes on boat, and I don't get to go.
So back then they couldn't have helped you to get a visa then?
No, that,
It was too late,
I-
not sufficient
I
time?
don't know what, but I not sure what happened, but it was they didn't really. It's like the band had to go. They didn't have to bring us. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
if you could have your thing, then
Yes.
like much of all these things, then let's go.
Okay.
So I had mine I want to go to. So anyway, that one's past me. So next one of Antigua Carnival, and now boat again. But great. I not still.
I started to feel a little sorry for
I
you.
that's it. No man don't feel sorry because you have to, goodness come in. So I hop the boat and we go in again. That boat take about a day and a little bit to reach Antigua.
Okay.
When I reach Antigua, hey, that time I puke. Now for it. Yeah, miserable. Because that one was rocking, I think the boat name was Horse One.
You know, also
Yeah, Horse One. Yeah, no, that channel, imagine if you think about the whole it was Guadeloupe long. When you hit Guadeloupe, it's in Guadeloupe. You go night break, where we be there, we still Guadeloupe. Pour the boat slow, and we go in. And reach Antigua, come out and we do our thing. Well, Maggie, after that miserable thing, Maggie maintain it. Maggie go back on boat. At early o'clock, all the money they pay me, I go in a travel agency, I buy a one-way ticket to go down. And I meet my partner up there again, Clint. I meet Clint Henderson up, Clint was teaching SMP. And Clint go up for Carnival Antigua. I meet Clint on the road. So Clint tell me he stay by them brothers somewhere in St. John's. So I tell Clint, there's space for me because I don't know on that boat. And so I buy my ticket. Clint tell me, yeah man, Clint told me to talk to the brothers. He say, yeah man, you can come pull up by me. So I buy my ticket and I tell them fellas, I go see you all the way, because I stay in and I stay extra week Antigua. Me and Clint, yeah man, go couple parties, we can play basketball, enough thing. And when I'm on our plane and that was it for boat, I watch about it.
Oh, party, so.
No more boat. Yeah. So after that, it was niceness. So you have to, you have to see your office to know what good to enjoy the goodness.
True.
So that was the niceness.
That was the music experience. That was the music
It
experience.
have a lot more, but that is for another.
We want to get a little more of
it.
the music, and then we'll get into the other aspects.
Okay.
So you because remember you eventually left WCK.
For sure.
We have to speak about that.
Of course.
So you stuck around with them outside of being just the plug-in person. Did anything else come out from that?
Yes. And that is where myself, I just climbed the ladder. So I start plugging the speakers, then I go on the stage, start collecting instruments, and very observant, always looking, as I want to know more, I want to go more, I don't want to just
You're always a bright fella.
Of course, right. That is what I enjoy that now, so I applied myself. I also applied myself to that like I was doing it in school, like I was doing that. I would be A student,
Right.
but that is what I was more intriguing and interesting to me.
Right.
So it's that I like. So it's that I'm interested in. So equalizer, I want to know how to equalize, and I want to know all those things there, compressor and these things there, I want to know. So now, boom, I learn in mixer, tell me about the channels, and to tune the different channels and different instruments and things. So I learned in that. I learned that. I started to learn that good. So I started to do the engineering on the stage. Stage monitor. I start to mix the monitors. So in the stage mixing the monitors. And fellas, hey, Colonel, you hear your keyboard good? Yeah, man. Around here, bring up my mic on the thing, you know what I mean, on the stage. And I do. And we jam in, so now my salary go up 150. Touch it.
Yes.
Because I do my job, you know, I get in a raise because I have more responsibilities.
Right.
Yeah. So now I still going. I want to go ultimate. I want to go and mix outside in the main mix. So I go outside. Once my thing, once my thing mixed
Set
again,
up
it's
on
a good.
stage, yes.
I go and pay my partner Michael Peters down there now and watch what he's doing. And,
Right.
you know, I don't want to make mistake and because it's critical because the whole crowd have to hear outside. You have to mix. Your mix outside is for the whole crowd to hear what's going on the stage. On the stage is just you have to make everybody hear themselves comfortably. So you know it's a
For the musicians
yeah,
and the singers.
and right. So outside there now you cannot afford to make a mistake for the crowd to show like that do something or something. Yeah, so I taking my time and I watching it.
And you know the crowd can come down.
Yeah,
and
I didn't think that I don't want that. So I there now in that and I catch myself and Michael telling me, you know, he's showing me ropes. So when I catch it and I catch the ropes now, I start to mix. He start to mount me now again. You're like, no, you hold on the bicycle. You hold on the bicycle for the person to ride and then you let it go. You let go the bicycle. And I did mix and I don't even know. And the band on the stage playing and they don't know it's me mixing outside because they don't expecting that. But
and they're not paying attention to that
because
everything is okay.
And nobody complaining. Because normally people will come and say, oh, Colonel, I hearing you, boy, I hearing you brass. And man will say, Ra, I do hearing you. You know, fellas like me on the crowd, well, Willie, and they come and they I do hearing you. You know, some of them will come by me, you know, and tell me, I do hear that I go in a channel that don't have nothing and just do like I do it. So I say, okay, I did now. It's something good. But I never play, do nothing, you know. I just play in a channel that have nothing. And brothers, you know, oh yeah man, okay, yes, it's something good now. Yeah. So nobody tell them nothing, so yeah. Until one day, Cornell, they had a little segment where they just let the machines play and Skinny, that's now 97, 98, Skinny on the mic with his crew and they chanting on rhythm, so the bandsman can take a break. You know what I mean? So the bandsman take a break while the rhythm playing and Skinny mashing up the place. Where you know, wicked thing. And Cornell come down and Cornell watching like, what? Like, Maggie, you like mixing me up with Michael? I tell him, Michael in the corner with the dancing if a girl.
Of course.
Michael, Korshe in the corner there. You know, Michael, imagine his Michael's marriage, I have to tell that, yeah? I have particularly not to know because when he married me, his wife with now, he used to marry, that's what he used to do.
I see.
So marry the wife and leave me on the board. So when he find things so good, he could leave and go and dance, leave and go and dance.
And the dancing led to some more.
And then it gets so much to a point where he feels so comfortable like it, not just, he leave, he not dance, go home. They just move out and just leave and everybody, Maggie, you have no control.
Oh.
And Michael check his.
But he had confidence in you.
Of course, confidence. So
well.
I graduated one time and I on.
And is that you wanted?
Of course, so the pay raise again.
The pay raise again.
Of course.
How much it was?
200. It was 150, go to 200. So I get $200 and I partying and girls because Maggie only bored and I full of my ears and hey, all the girls watching and the girls make dog and boy you mad. You can't get better than that. You're getting paid to party and girls and everything and
that's the life.
Oh
you living.
And drinks coming and everything nice. You know what I mean? And we're flowing. And 97, 98, Skinny and era of Skinny and them and thing and music nice and sticky jamming and we touring all over the place, all over the world. Barbados, Trinidad, just going. England.
So each of those gigs you getting $200?
Yeah, man, I started to go up to, 250 when I started to, as we 98.
So overseas it would be a little
more.
more.
Yeah. 250, you know, and when you go overseas it's US dollars.
Right.
So your 200 is not 200 EC anymore, it's 200 US. So big money, so you know what, Maggie want motors because motors more money.
Right.
And it's hit London and you know, New York and Labor Day.
By then you get the visa?
Oh, yeah, man. Visa every time. Visa coming in and it's like the promoter just send anything and just go up and just take your visa and we're nice, you know what I mean? And we're touring all over the world and boy, look at good life.
Yeah, that's
trust me.
So what happened?
So now I start going up and up now. when it 90, 97, 98, I started doing, I went and do a little course in computer. Before that, sometime before that, Dunstan, there's Dust from another thing there. So me over there where mapping is there, do a little course with me, Peter and them. And so I go on, I had computer, I bought a computer from Cornell. Maggie bought me a computer from Cornell. My first computer I bought from Cornell, $2,000.
But that Maggie lady really loved me.
Yeah man, so she bought me a computer, $2,000 from Cornell, and I jumped my computer, and imagine before there was Facebook and all them things, to have what is it called that again, the boy? MSN and the thing there.
What was it called?
High five.
No, before i5, MSN.
Oh God, the Facebook has helped us.
Yeah, Facebook. I'm late right now.
I know, but I'm telling them to help us what existed back then.
Yeah. AOL was come after, even before AOL, I tell you. By the new we had MSN, I can my name, but you don't have to think. So I involved in those what do you call them? What do you call it? What on Facebook and all those things there? Social media.
Yes.
I'm a minister of social media, like in that long. Like when that just started, I in that.
Was it MySpace?
Yeah, MySpace come after that. But all of them, I go for all of them.
i5,
MySpace, i5 come.
It was MSN.
MSN, yeah. All of them thing there. So from there, I in that already. So I there now promoting WCK through all the social media.
Right.
So
so you use social media long
time. That's, you know what I mean? So now what happened is that, like I just told you, when we talk, the money bigger. So I find we're not turning enough. So I check in why we're not turning enough because we don't find the marketing ourselves enough. So I start to go online and check little groups. There's some little groups, Caribbean Connection and all that like that, you know. And I see
Yahoo.
Yes,
That's
Yahoo.
it. Thank you, Sabina.
Right.
Yahoo.
Right. So I then now checking all kind of different groups and things so and seeing them have DJ and play music and I checking like I do see no music. We're seeking music now, I see all kind of music and you see seeking music. So I start to take the music and send it to some DJs, send it for the groups, you know, start to promote the music and you know, so I became a promoter without like, you know,
without realizing
that
is what you were
what I was doing.
Yes.
So I promoted the music to get out there, send out the music. And I'm meeting DJs online and giving them the music. DJ from Canada, I meet a DJ from Trinidad, you know, give them the music and you know, they start going and we start getting, you know, people calling, I give them the number of the manager, call and we start getting gigs through that. And more money making. So I get the promoting cap on my head now. So but I'm doing it because once we get the gig, everybody benefiting.
Right.
And we're flowing. So I don't say to myself that I need to get paid for that, but you know, you're supposed to be getting paid for that, but no, it's coming naturally. So from there, we go in and after that I meet Big Ben last week. With what's his name?
With Gregoire?
With Gregoire. One of them time now I met Big Ben online. And Big Ben was promoting an event in Canada, Markham Fairground. It's a Trinidad event. And when they was doing the event, that time Emil was the manager. Emil the Porter was the manager of WCK. And when they was doing the event, he sent me the flyer and showed it to me and I seen all kind of bands like Marshall Montano, and that time they had Dennis Belfort and people there jamming. That band singing what's the name again, boy? I forget.
I cannot help you.
Bonji Gallen's wife right now was in that band. Fayan Lyons. Right, she was in that band.
But you know it's the listeners that have to
help
us,
yeah, she was in that
because
band.
I'm none the wiser.
And that band was jamming that time. That time the hottest track from CK was Mash Upper. That's the time of Mash Upper. Them time there. So that's 99. And that Marshall Montano, all those big artists from Trinidad on there. They have some Bajan artists and things so but there's only Dominican act on there is Big Ben.
Oh.
So I told Big Ben, boy, you can't put this on but hook us up now boy. So Big Ben checking like them man already set up their thing, they fly out already, it's not possible. So I said, Big Ben, but tell them man, CK have a good following in Canada, so we can bring people to the table. We're gonna bring we're gonna bring a big crowd to the thing.
Right.
I tell Big Ben, go and push your vibes. Talk to the promoter. He tell me, alright, go try him. Big Ben go talk to the promoter, tell him what I tell him there, you go and talk to him. Big Ben come back and tell me good news. Promoter say he willing to give us a try because he, I say of course.
From plugger to promoter. Alright.
So the man say of
we
course.
We go in places.
Yeah man, so one time Big Ben tell me, you need to do that fast because them man think advertising, so so I say Big Ben, just tell me what to need. Tell me what to get for you. Passport information for ticket and things like that. I get a picture for him one time because social media I get a picture. Look, the man would add that to the flyer and things, so to promote the thing. And passport, I go talk to Keith and them, tell Keith and them about the thing. So I talk to Emil, tell them so the price at the time the band would charge is $5,000 US dollars for when we go overseas. But you going through the ropes, I make them talk to the manager and them and Keith and them. But at that moment we had a little issue, a little disgruntledness between the band, where fellas checking they don't get they want to get paid. I think that we are just by a sound system, and it would always anytime we play, the priority would go to the loan of the sound system and the rest over. And
which kind of made sense.
Yeah, but it wasn't going down too well with certain man, we are checking without making the money, So they saying we might be able because of the whole vibes, they're not sure it can happen. I tell them, all the fellas, man, we must go, we cannot make a process. So I tell them, listen, I will take care of Skinny and them, that's my boys and them, Skinny, Nai and them, I will talk to them, that's my age group, we will deal with that. Deal with your fellas, Conan and them. So we say, cool. Because once Skinny agree, we're good to go, because Skinny is the one that more senior fella, Skinny don't play, and my money. So I tell Skinny, my brother, let's just sacrifice all that one. Big things will come from that. Skinny taking okay, my brother, trust, let's do it. So boom, we gone. Passport, everything go up, everything ready and ready to go. Boom, and they make an arrangement. They say they're going to give us 3,000 Canadian because
it's part of the band.
Yeah, they're going to give us 3,000 Canadian.
It's not the whole band.
Not the whole band.
Okay.
So they're going to give us 3,000 Canadian because the gig is already established, so they're just giving us a blight, so they're going to give us 3,000, so they're going to agree. We just, we'll split that up, Irie, and we do what we have to do. So we agree, we're making that sacrifice for that time there. And it paid off very well because we went up there and we went through New York. We traveled on the bus with Dennis Belfort and a whole party, Rupi, all them man there, and we were on the bus.
Was Invasion you were trying to
Invasion, band is the band.
Sabina again.
And she said she can take it night off Sabina. I love you.
Is she that there?
Yeah, I love you, my girl. You try that. You know this thing already. So now we're on the band, we're on the bus with Invasion band. Now, Naya and all of them, and Free and Lions, all of them on the bus, and the bus with all of them big artists there, there. So now I interacting. You see, promoter and all that, and it just happening natural because of my, my vibes. So I just flow in. I talking to the manager of this one, and we talking about sick, and I explain to them, Now, I think the other band members went through plane, but some of us went through the bus. We had two buses, so on the bus, and we having conversation from New York to Canada, long ride.
It's made that note.
So, enough conversation. Some artists have the headphone in their ears and they just studying nobody, but messing and interacting. Yeah. So we go up there, we reach, go to the hotel, and everything I read, go and sound check. We go with, we end up meeting a guy named Mr. Slaughter, Doggy Slaughter. Now, Doggy Slaughter from Trinidad. He's a DJ. Now I used to talk to him online, give him music. So now we meet in person. So Doggy sort of say, Maggie, why you say so? He come out on a line, but them he checking me and Skinny and Nai. We now going out, somebody come and check it out and go on the line. Slaughter checking his line finished, them man staff. If some fellas look at him already go inside and checking look them DM and going on the line. Doggy sort of say, hey, I with them fellas there. So Slaughter coming first. And we line in, okay, checking all the fellas boring. Then the man is a real fellas. So we line in, and he like the music too, Bouillon music, he call it Bouillon. The Bouillon music sounding good, you know what I mean? So we there rolling and Slaughter agree he finished with Trinidad right now is the Dominican. Let's see on the line. And rolling and we go on sound check. When we go on sound check, CK on the stage, sound check in. Now Invasion Band just for the sound check and they have to go to the hotel to get ready to come back and play. Now CK sound check in and we have a guitarist named Martindale Olive.
I know Martindale.
Right. Hey, Martindale Olive is one of the baddest guitarists I ever come across. Now, the band on the stage, I outside mixing, Invasion Band have to go on to the hotel, but the guitarist for Invasion Band agree he can't live there because the kind of things he's seen Martin doing on the guitar, he cannot believe it. So they might say, yo, let's go. They might say, wait, Martin don't have all the gadgets that he have, but the kind of things the man in the guitar saying, then the man checking, hey, he glued, he cannot move. He there and we there and mixing. Marshall Montano and the promoter and some of the people pull up there and Marshall nodding his head sounding like, yeah boy, them man sounding good, you know, and we're playing. And then after we finish sound check, that is when Invasion Band move and go, you know. They wait until we finish the guitar, we have to wait for the guitarist, or I think they leave him and go because he don't want to move. Somebody else has to bring him to the hotel. And we finish sound check and we go home in the hotel because we're playing first because we
just come.
Yeah, we just come. So they put us to basically open. So now we come to perform. Now Emil is the manager. We come organize Emil in the crowd. We meet Jael. Jael was up there at the time studying, I think.
Okay.
So now Emil with Jael. Making like a break me and Jael.
Which Jael? You mean Jael?
Jael, yes.
Okay.
So Emil and Jael, they're chatting away. And we there, the band on the stage, I mix in, and that Ian Dorival brother was up there, married to is Mesora's in business and Skelly. He was married to a white lady, fat white lady. So in Canada. So when that man have movements. So when he meet me now, up to now, I haven't met the promoter, you know, because it's Big Ben that is the man that making the things happen, so I go for Big Ben. The middleman. So I never got introduced to the promoter. I don't know who he is. So it's Kelly telling me, Maggie, look at the promoter, you know, and we start some big gigs down in Miami. Go and talk to Mr. Tell Mr. Put all on that. So I tell him, yes now. So I tell him, let's go and check Emil, because Emil is the manager. Let Emil go and talk to the man. And the band jam in and mash up the place, and Skinny have, you know, the place tearing up. I telling you how Skinny bring a girl on the stage and problems. And the crowd wild, and the promoter feeling good, and fellas, you know. And I go and call Emil. I say, Emil, go and talk to the manager, the young promoter over there. He tell me, come and just now. Okay, you be on Jai, talk to Jay. He say, come and just now. I say, alright, I wait in. Wait here.
You're going to cause Vehicle and the rest to have one on Emil.
Of course.
Tomorrow from tonight.
Of course. It's sweet is. So now, Skelly tell me, boss, oh, you Mr. Wilson, let's go and tell Mr. Come and do that. So we go back again, Emil, let's go, come and talk to the man. Emil tell me, because I come in. I say, what? Skelly tell me, you know something? Forget Mr. Let's go and talk to the man.
Of course.
So
I agree.
We go and talk to the man. I say, good day sir, my name is Dunstan Peters, you know, sound engineer for the band and stuff like that, and promoter and stuff like that, you know. Tell me, what? I tell him, what you find, you know? He tell me, yeah man, I do something good man, I like the vibes man. And so I tell him, yeah, I understand that you have, you know, some shows in Miami, what you say, we getting us on that now? Just on the man. Tell me, yeah man, we'll talk about that. I say, no, he tell me, let's talk about that. I say, of course. So he tell me, like, you know, and explain to me, like, you understand why, you know, the topic can give all you know, because all come on late, but this one there, let's, you know, we'll do it good. So tell me your price. So he tell him our price, what we asking for. So I tell him, I remember, I'm being my nominator, the swinging stars and nominator was negotiating with somebody. So I remember a tactic nominator I used. He tell the guy, make me an offer I cannot refuse. Yeah, bad, Mark, so I drop that on the guy. Maybe make me an offer I can refuse. Make us an offer we can refuse. He must say, alright, cool. I'm going to give you all, we have 3 gigs. So the first 2 gigs, Friday and Saturday, I'm going to give you all 6,000 US each. I say I will say 5. In my mind, I say I will say 5. Who did 6 well, we go.
We
We're good to go.
And the third?
And the third one is on the beach for free. So you're going to give us $3,000, half price,
Right.
because it's a free thing, no entrance. When you add it up, it's coming to
Yes.
on average it's $5,000 because $15,000.
Yes.
So me being
Long story short.
No, long story short.
Because the fans are saying they want to start hearing about sports.
So I run, I tell Skelly, we can just say one time, bam, bam, bam. So we go and take a drink to come back. We're going to come back to you and make we're going to stick in the price and jump on it. We go, buy 2 guineas, we come back. We talk to the guys and we say, we can look at that, man.
You didn't talk to no guys?
We guys, I say, we have a discussion and the guys say, we'll work with you, man. Because we're grateful for the opportunity. We'll work with you, Ola. That surpassed our expectation, you know. Boom, and that was it, and we signed, boom, and that's it. So right there I become promoter and to me manager. That's on the way to manager.
Yeah.
Check out the
So you're trying to put Emil out of his job then?
So
Really?
not necessarily, but I say to myself, well, I have that capability because I just executed.
Listen, guys, listen. I know they really want me to move on to sports, and we really don't want, but you can't. How can you move away from this?
You check.
So Maggie.
So now.
So one time your cap started your head and you think manager.
Of course, manager.
You're ready to put Emil out of business.
Maybe lapsing, so
because it's girls here after we're not calling names.
Right, so myself. So from there, I have the management vibes in my head. So I start to, from there, I start to, negotiate things and get gigs. I get another gig in New York, another Trinity gig, and rolling. So right there now, Nai, Skinny, Dice was in the band for a short stint, and then the other little thing, Dice, and then Nai and Skinny checking like, hey, we making most of the music, but we're not getting our fair share. And I tell them like, I find that's real. So we say we need to go and have a meeting with the guys and tell them we need to get more, make a piece of the pie. Right now we want a raise. So we're going to them guys and have a meeting. No, Maggie.
So wait, so you, Nai and Skinny team up. Or you're not getting enough money?
You're not getting enough money because them, and I checking like cool, but I just checking like them man should be getting more because them man at the time, 99, 2000, Pride and Joy, them think they're...
We are the Pride and Joy.
The music jamming, and them man making the money, them man not getting it. So I say, okay, we're going to have a meeting with them man. We go and have a meeting. We'll sit down and explain to them man. Them man checking like, nothing doing. Because of the band we are getting paid, we should be grateful and blah blah blah. I say, hey. So I say, nah man, all the is not I so you know what I mean? All the band belong to all you. We playing for all you. All the instruments is all you own, equipment is all you own. We own nothing, so we should get a fair share. Them man checking, nothing doing. I say, okay, so we on our scene. So me, Nai and Skinny decide we're going to make an album our own self. They're going to make an album, I will manage because they see my capabilities.
Right.
So leadership and link up with another guy named Jamel and some other guys. We went to Flow at the time it was Line. I think what it was Line? Cable and Wireless. Cable and Wireless. Jeffrey was the manager at the time?
Maybe not.
Maybe,
if it was Cable.
I'm not sure. No, not Jeffrey. But we went there and we get Cable and Wireless to sponsor the album. The name of the album was Bring It with Nai and Skinny on a bike. On a bike, you know what I mean? Nai in a green shirt and Skinny in a red like that. DJ Alfie, we did the album with DJ Alfie, and that album mashed up the place, right? So that was 2002, 2003. That's when we left the band to form our own vibes, and that was a history in the making where, for the first time ever, WCK didn't come on the road for Carnival. WCK did not come on the road for Carnival. That year, Nai and Skinny was on a truck with Serenade and somebody else. I think, no, it's not Serenade, it's Burning Flames. But we was on a truck for Kyrie FM. We was on a truck for Kyrie FM with, I think, Serenade, and Burning Flames, or something like that. But we was on a truck, and no Siki, because the music at the time was Nai and Skinny, and if you have Nai, you don't have Nai and Skinny, you have no new music. You understand? So, that was it. And we take off from there. That year itself, there was no length, because after Carnival, every weekend there was playing everywhere, every weekend was playing. And them priests don't know what to do with us. It was just Grand Baby, Kalibishi by Johnny, and we by Palm Grove, everywhere. And I in charge, Maggie in charge. I is the man in front doing the negotiation, and
So by that time, no more dog, you were no longer part of dog basically.
No, it's Nye and Skinny and Maggie's the manager and Dollar still in, so now we control our own money. It's $5,000 and per jam for Nye and Skinny, and we have a band, we put a band together to back us up. We have fellas like Daly and them, we have Adam, you know. Yes, yeah, that is right. And we even did a jingle, now did a jingle for Line with that same signal they playing, yeah. You know what I mean? And we were jamming all over the place, you know what I mean? And after that, we end up getting a tour. Guess who hooked us up on the tour? Marshall Morris Ives. Morris Ives went to New York, and Morris Ives organized an event up in New York and sent tickets for three of us to come up, organize a band up there, and we go and perform up there in New York. And that was it. We toured New York, and I was the one organizing everything. We had like gigs lined up: New York, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, England. We were just touring all over the place. So right now, management.
Yes.
So I went from plugging the speakers all the way up to management.
Right.
And it do stop in there, you know. Next step now is organizing events. I become an event organizer. So we're waiting for people to have event and hire us. I find that take too much time. Taking too much time to wait for people to call you and say we have an event, come and play. I start to organize events for us to play in and things. So now, boom, we take the next step now, event organizer. And that's how the pulley plug would have come in right there.
That we spoke about earlier. Right, I'm sorry for those who came on late. Right. We're not going to go back to the pulley plug.
So that's where the pulley plug part would come in and boom, 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 and so we go in and link up with Max and Arlene. I want to make sure I must pick up Max and Arlene. One of the most wonderful person I've ever worked with, and I still affiliated with her. You know what I mean? We had Island Vibes Entertainment, and we had First Days. All this response to that too. You know what I mean?
Yes, I mean, this is fascinating stuff, Maggie.
Trust me.
Fascinating stuff.
We need a whole month of Mondays for me.
I suspect that. I suspect that. I suspect that.
We need a whole month of Mondays.
I mean, this is just amazing. This is just amazing stuff. Yes. But that's alright. No, that's alright. Don't worry about that. Shirley's not going to come and put us out. It's okay. And Maggie, we have to talk about Boo Boo Lipsers. And Thaddeus, I didn't remember Boo Boo Lipsers. Thaddeus James just actually sent me a message and reminded me of Boo Boo Lipsers.
Way back there.
That was the
that's where how Daddy Chess and them end up in swinging stars. All Black Pepper, all of us. Like, we are all from SMA, you know, we make that. And from all by the old market, on this Lapuka with competition, competing against big Lapuka from Newton and Porter and all of them. And Boo Boo Lipsers, the name, you know, give it the name.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. My listeners and viewers are saying that I just like the Beth. That's not Beth. That's your story.
It's real vibe.
That's real vibe. That's your story, right? Yes.
Now imagine. Guess who gave the name Boo Boo Lipsers?
Who?
Peter Later.
Oh,
that man always has
sounds
a
like
mad
Peter
name.
Later.
Yeah, the mighty pigtail. You know what I mean? Always have a kind of name. We had a basketball team. We named it Glasgovians. Where the man come up with Glasgovians because his father had one Glasgow. The man call our basketball name Glasgovians. After all, we say we could have that. We had the other radio, we call ourselves X-Men, which is one of the X-Men. Glasgovians. The man has come along, we are this kind of name, Boo Boo Lipsers. But we so
like Boo Boo Lipsers.
Yeah, man. Daddy Chess on the snare drum, I have sushi myself, the bass drum I not too complicated. He has hit the boom, boom, boom. That's my part. I not too crazy. The bass drum, the beat bass drum. Yeah, they even tried to get me to play for music lovers. When I see the outfit, the bass drum, boy, I say, why you never saw the bass drum around him? I kind of fit thing with like as if it's a fur coat and thing.
I've never paid attention, man.
No, when they bring me here, because remember Peter Mother and his father,
all of them
in that.
Yes.
So they're trying to tell me why the bass drum so good. Come on, you know, they would put me in music lovers. When I see what the bass drum man I want him, for one thick kind of thing as if it's tiger skin. I say, what? But Peter, what? You're fainting your son. In son again, I'll play the white drill, and I say, I'm not. You know? What the Boo Boo Lipsers, we so mash up carnival.
You put the plug on that one.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Boo Boo Lipsas very, very
All
well.
used to be nothing, all the
Yes.
convent girls. Hey, all the convent girls.
I was
all
a
the
convent girls. I was a grammar school
Grammar
girl.
school,
Yes, grammar school.
Well, nice shabbies and then.
Okay, so what you trying? Oh, you're changing it now?
Yeah, changing it because all the nice girls. Remember
But I'll tell you a little secret, Maggie. I remember you, you know. I remember you always used to be walking home from school. And when we going home from school on the bus, I always used to notice, because, you know, nice looking fella, you know. I always used to notice that nice looking fella.
Yeah, of course, you can't miss that.
Yes, it's true, Maggie. I remember you from back then. Who take Bell Boog. That's what I did.
What? Hey. No, but that time there,
yes.
Gala Rush me, I had my little top there and the side cut and thing and the Jericho's on top. And it's jamming.
But you have good hair. You still have to put Jericho's?
Yeah, boy. That looking good because you hairdresser do a thing, but boy, that rough with my father, some rough here there.
Okay.
More than a little Caribbean, but
Maggie.
I don't get much of it.
Okay. I think we covered the music.
Yeah, we don't really cover it, but I've covered it more some other time. Yeah. Let's go to sports because sports is very
important.
To my heart,
I know that.
I know that. Give it fair share.
Okay, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna take a quick break. We're gonna give you an opportunity to take a sip of water.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is just amazing stuff. Yeah. I'm really loving this stuff, and I don't care what the audience says. This is good stuff. All right, we're coming right back in just a while. Keep it locked. This is the In the Spotlight radio show on Q95 FM radio. It is Monday night, and let me just use this opportunity to remind you to like our Facebook page. We are In the Spotlight radio show. Become a fan of our program as well. Look out for the ITS fans page. And for those of you who would want to follow me, you can feel free to follow me as well on Facebook. I'm not able to add any more friends, so you can just simply go type in Fidina Frampton, and I think an option will come up for you to follow me if we're not yet friends on Facebook. Okay, 9:34 is the time. Quick break. We're just coming back in just a few. Keep it locked to the In the Spotlight radio show.
In the Spotlight.
Maggie, you are the best. You're still live on Facebook, but you are the best.
Yeah.
What?
Featuring one walks up in life.
We have to do this.
Spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams,
I tell you one more than I know.
touching the human and personal side of all
especially
politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media.
One should be just music, the next one sports.
Well, we decided like that. And next Monday's a holiday.
Yeah.
Even if we would want to do it, it would be too far. Yeah.
No restrictions.
No, let me tell you, I've been taking enough kicks there, and I don't care if all you're just saying is Beth I like. Those Facebookers. So don't make them
I didn't tell them about my book when I get in Miami.
Oh, you did get one? Oh my God.
My one and only, but we don't have time for that. If we go there, that's too much. Yeah.
Oh my God. Who tell you I don't want to hear about it? We'll talk about it after. You're one and only, or you are the one and only in Miami? All you need answers, all you need answers. Whatever, Sabina. Dunstan, Maggie Peters, back more. Bring back Dunstan, Maggie Peters. More WCK talk. We need answers. What answers all you want to get? Only don't get enough answers in one night. Way.
They get from Mara, they get from Cornell, they get from different one, but I have in between.
Nigel, your friend is watching.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Bootsy.
He say hearing some things for the first time tonight.
Of course, Bootsy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have to talk about. I don't care what he said. We're gonna go into the sports now. And I obviously will go over time a bit tonight. You know, they're not gonna come and put me outside. So yeah. Then continue the music interview. No, we have to move to sports. 9:36 is the time in the studios. And for those of you listening via radio, you just missed out with all of the interaction here You make people relax and comfy. Oh, Kofi, that's what I try to do. You know, that's what this is all about.
And my big up RSB.
That's why I enjoy doing this. I do not get paid to do this. I get absolutely nothing for doing this, you know, but I come here and I do it.
Big up all the bands
just because of that.
You know what time the RSB.
Was that? Yes.
Big up all the bands them the RSB.
Yes,
rock
yes. You see you coming back with music. After they give me, you see they're giving me cockroach show. Some want us to continue with music. Hi Omar. Some want us to continue with music. Some want us to get into the sports aspect. But we're going to have to get into the sports aspect. And we will possibly come back to music if anything, but we have to talk about the GP. We must talk about the GP. So you all have to stick around to hear. We'll talk about it at the end. Right, Maggie?
For sure.
Yes, for sure. Maggie, you're an awesome guest. Thank you. All right. So Maggie, we spoke about music, and there's so much that we spoke about as it relates to you and your involvement in music. And I think that starting at the bottom and then getting all the way to the top, I think is a great achievement for you, for somebody who decided, hey, school take the back seats. And not that we're encouraging people to do that. No. You know, we never do that on the program, but that is what worked out for you in your case, you know, and good stuff there. But your greatest passion of all is sports. Sports management, sports promotion, and the people, especially the young people. Tell me how you got into sports. Did it start at SMA, by the way? Did you do any sports at SMA?
Yes, I did. I didn't make no school team. I didn't make a school team though. I tried.
I wonder why.
But it was the level, the quality and the level of the athletes at the time was so high that I couldn't make it. You check? So we're going to transition from the music into the sports. So I'm going to give you a little thing why I went into sports, because it wasn't always sports. The music was more my passion than the sports, but I ended up transitioning from the music into the sports because at some point I felt that the music was getting a little slack. It was too much negativity. Like the bands was more bickering against each other.
And that is not good.
Yeah, and the music started
getting a little slack. Politics.
Yeah, and I find like it wasn't giving a good thing for the youths and them, you know. And in 2000, 2001, I got my son. That changed my life. But all the time I'm sick, when I left sick in 2003. So 2001, that's how I get my son, born in 2001. And it happened from a jam. In a jam, and the jam was in Newton, right in my yard, right by the savannah, you know, playing, the band was playing, and that night I decided that because the jam is so close to my home that I'm not going to drive. I had my car, but I'm not going to drive, so tonight I'm going to be drinking all out. We're batting high, and I have sushi and them guys and them that have a partner with Charlie and the Charles and them fellas like alcohol. So I mess up them they are like it's high, not no liquor rum thing is Courvoisier, high grade.
Courvoisier.
Black label, yeah, nothing lower than red label is.
Well, excuse you.
See what I mean? And it's them were drinking. So that night, drinking hard, and I all my at that time I have a nice following. You have Heads that playing this or Triple K, that was my student, and you have Froggy also, my student. Bertie that mixing for Siki, that's my student. So they always around me doing the same thing I was doing with Siki, with Michael, watching what you're doing to learn. So I am just I do the same with Michael to me. I have Heads mixing while I dancing at girls and friend of mine drinking my drinks, and I get so drunk that night that when the jam is over, there's this girl now, my mom, my son's mom. Now she was actually a friend. She was actually we actually introduced her to Vivian Sorrento. Yeah, because we used to lime when we lime in.
You see one of the partners.
Yeah. No, we call the fella's name. When we lime in, we used to carpool. So the driver would be happy, so we introduced her to the driver. That night was Vivian Sorrento.
Right.
And then she can't check like Damian. She love Damian checking like boy, and they want to check the scene. So Maggie, you of course that's what you have. So
my
right,
goodness.
So I have to tell her to that Damien Siki go home and things. So so keep him away.
Story.
So, boom, story, boom. So long story short now, she ended up staying around me and you know.
Things happen.
No, not yet. So the job finished, everybody go home. I pull up there, well, Willie, and here comes the girl. You're telling me she need a right to go home. I say, my girl, you see my state. I can't drive no transport, you know. She told me, well, she'll wait. I said, go by the roads together right now. She go 2 minutes, she come back. I get right. Anyway, I said, all right, just wait till I sober out, and you know, I'll drop you home after I sober out. You just wait there, watch TV, I'm gonna take a little rest. Hola. I can't remember what happened. We can't talk about it on the radio, but things happened, and my son born, boom, and
that same night.
No. Little dog, the son born. There's another story.
I don't mean.
No.
The same night,
so my son changed my life because now I have a son now, so responsibility. So when I go on tour now, instead of buying things for myself, I'm buying things for my son. His pampers, his wipes, his thing. You know what I mean? And then from there now, he started to grow. In growing, I put him in football academy, and that's where now the sports coming. Now I check it now, and also the music start, like I said, going slack, and I find it's not, you know, I don't want to be, you know, that negative energy around my youth. I want to be able to raise my youth, and you know, that rum. So and apparently after that happened to me, I stopped drinking alcohol right there. 2000, that was it for me. I never drink alcohol after that.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, I got a child, but it could have been worse. Could have been
a disease or something, yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
So right there and then, I say anytime you can get a thing can get you drunk to do, you don't know what happened to you.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
True.
So right there, I stopped drinking alcohol. 2000. So it's been 19 years since
congratulations.
Alcohol.
Good stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And my son and academy football.
How old is your son now?
He's just an 18 in
Nice.
May, right? So he was in, actually he went to Park State Academy because Newtown Academy always popular, so they always full. When they come on, no space. So I live in Newtown, but he go to Academy in Wayne George, and I find him well. I not seen my son. This is my son play. 7 years old and things so 8 years old, and he play training every Saturday training. But so I decided, you know what, I need to put some energy into organizing sports, little leagues, little games, organized games, so I can see my son play. So one time I tell my son, you know, choose some of your boys. Let's make a team. We're gonna make a team.
Okay.
You choose some of your friends in Wayne George Academy. You choose some boys, and I get some from Newtown, NJFA, and make a nice little team. I went and buy some uniforms, buy them Chinese, my money.
Yes, with your own money.
Own money. Buy some vests, get them some vests, because you know that's it. Nice little army vest with numbers on that by the pecs, and some grey pants, and voila, rent a bus, and we go in and play different places. We go Portsmouth, we go Marigot, we link up different people, and we're gonna play, organize the little team over there, we're gonna play, and you know, enjoyment, get refreshments, some of the parents, and from there, you know what I mean, enjoying that, because that's what I want, you know, I want to see my them youths play, and from there, that's where the party vibes just stick me, like, yo, I need to put the energy, because like I say, sports and music is entertainment, same way. So the same thing I did in music, it can be done in sports, the same strategy, you know. So I say to myself, well, the energy and the expertise and the experience I have in organizing musical events, I can put that into organizing sporting events. And that's where that came from.
The birth of Maggie and sports.
Yeah. And now coming back to...
So you know what? The famous night wasn't a bad thing after all.
No, not at all.
Because the sun came out of it.
Yeah.
And
that's when they say every disappointment is a blessing.
Yes.
It happened like the blast I sent for you maybe tonight.
Yes, indeed.
So it happens a lot to me. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. And now I want to go back to, like you said, if I didn't play sports. I love sports so much, but I never even played no national team. No, I didn't make my school team, not primary school, not high school, because like I tell you, the level was high. Imagine, I live in Newtown, and once you live in Newtown, naturally Newtown is footballville. So you naturally supposed to be doing football. But as all the other fellas that don't like embarrassment, I don't want to look stupid.
You don't like shame, you don't like embarrassment.
So when I pass by the savannah and I see the way them man playing football, the kind of things them man doing with the ball, seeing Black and Sulk and them fellas doing magic with the ball, I think, when I go there, them man embarrass me.
No, but Maggie, you could learn.
And not so.
So you thought their own was natural talent and yes, you would have had to learn?
Well, I cannot,
so you don't think
I
some
cannot,
of them had to learn?
No, but they pay that, the rate they go in there for me to come and learn with that, they will tell me come on there.
Oh, they'll call you Maggie.
Yeah, boy. I would
lab.
have to tell them now, look like a Maggie. I seen them, I was doing things to people and doing things with the ball and I'm like, boy. I should imagine my mother I already get volley, they send me make a message and I buy Savannah and I glue. Because I seen them man training, you know. JD Rocks training, Harlem training, and I be in the fence watching them and train. Oh. And I stick and I just feel the color of them head, pack out there, just hold my ears and ring it. And not sugars in them guy. Yeah. And blows. So from there now when I watch the level of the thing, I say, no something Maggie. Let's go SM and see if we can put you in the basketball because that football they are looking them and too deadly. You can't do that. So that's why I end up in basketball. So I went to SMA, Peter Liz and them and take do my little thing, fellas don't see you in the yard. So much man can laugh you. So that's how I get involved in basketball. And later on when the level drop a bit, I go into football later. So that's why I never, a good footballer, but I still learning. Also I teaching, the youth through learning by the best.
So by the way, Wayne is listening. Shadow Flow.
Oh,
so he wanted you to know that he's very proud of you.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yes, and just to let you know, quite a few people are saying similar things. So I really just wanted to share encouragement with you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate Skinny for allowing me to be part of, because trust me, the level they were on to allow me to be part of the journey, because I really did a lot for me.
Back to sports.
Yeah, man.
So after you formed this team with your son,
yes.
and so where did it go from there?
Yeah, we start going around. We link up teams in Marigot, Portsmouth, Andy Baker and the academy. We go there play. Now the team. Now I used to watch a thing on TV. There's a thing called Anna One Mixtapes with a basketball team. They have a lot of deadly players that do enough tricks with the ball, like Harlem Globetrotters, but they were like a modern, more hip hop kind of vibe. And they would go to different cities, play teams, and they would take an MVP from the other team to add to their team because he played so good. He didn't impress you, they make you join the team and you on the tour and we go in. So that is the concept that came in my mind. So I decided like, hey, that's what I want to do with this. I want to control what I'm using there because I have some nice players. They have young players. They had Peter, a little German guy from his father is a German from him. He had a young money from Baffy State. Some nice young players, and we were going all around the place and playing and meeting other players and they enjoying the team. They want to join the team and let's go and as we go and just picking up players and the team getting bigger and bigger. And when we reach Pottersville, we come to play against Pottersville Academy. The guy named coach named Caesar and them, we going to play against them and we were putting some licks on them. So Mr. Caesar said, Maggie, why you get a team now? So I tell Mr. Caesar, well that's a team that compiles of the players from different academies and I explained the whole thing to him. So Caesar said, but that's not fair, like how can the academy allow you to be eating the fruits of your labor? So I said, what are you talking about? What fruits of our labor? I'm not eating no fruits, I'm just making them use enjoy themselves by just actually complimenting what the academies are doing. Because I'm not doing what I'm doing on a same day with the academy. Like say it's an academy Saturday, and I do anything on a Sunday. So when you train on Saturday, Sunday we go somewhere, because Sunday is a dread day, we go somewhere. So if I was doing on Saturday and you will say, I do go to academy, I go with Maggie. I understand, but I was doing it on a Sunday. Right. So she's saying like, no, that's not good. The academy trains their youths. The young players, and then you are taking them and going I'm thinking about my money, taking them and rent boss and pick by from my pocket, like, how is me eating fruits now, spending fruits? The man say, well, you're going to report that, you're going to talk to Don and them about that, and Don Yoga and Will George and them, and they're going to have a meeting. So they had a meeting, I didn't even know, and they discussed it, and I didn't even know anything, but I just find a certain time the youths and them start to, like, I do see them, I come and call them first to do the thing, I do see them, and they just, the vibes just die out. So as one of them players, one of them young players from Citroën, that's Peter Malstead, that's his father, German, he meet me and he checking my Maggie, well, we're missing anything, boy, like, I tell him, well, what happened, why is he seeing it? And well, Coach Don tell us either with the academy or Maggie. So I said to myself, like, what? But I wasn't doing nothing like what, you know what I mean? But I understand, you know what I mean, what the situation was at the time, you know.
And you left it alone?
Yeah, so I just leave that alone. So I check in like, you know, it's cool. And then so I just continue to, you know, do the same concept. I decided let me try an all-star game. It's a Newtown League. I made an all-star team, you know, and you know, this kind of thing there. And I, because my thing is I just check in like we need to put a product together that people will enjoy and want to pay to see. So that was the concept. And then I started watching and observing the teams. I started scouting the team, watching the team, looking for the good players to try and do that same thing I did with the kids, do to the big players, you know, to do that same kind of vibes. And we did it once, you know, it came out nice. We did it another time, and then I realized like the quality was kind of dropping, and that time I find everything dropping, the sports dropping, you have no crowd at the game, the games don't have crowd and things, so I asking myself like, why is that? And then I say to myself, like, the game is not being marketed properly like before. Like before, the Chronicle used to have, like, the newspaper used to have 3-4 pages of sports. You would see all the names of the, you know, Sorka, Koposhu, all them players, you know, Jeffrey Edmonds. You would see when you go by Ken and by Juice, you would see papers cut out, and you see, you know, so that in itself, you know who the players are, so you know you're going to see Shane Marshall and all those guys. But now there's a national team and you don't even know, if the player is not from your area, you don't know who they are, because they're not promoting and marketing the players. So I said, that's the problem. So I decided, boy, what I do in there would be perfect thing to complement that and help that. So I took my computer, my laptop, and I drew out a thing with like a resume. I put a little resume of myself quick to show things I've done with music, and say I'm going to present that to the Football Association and show them how that can work for the football.
Yes.
I went there, I talked to Mr. John, at the time he was the president, Patrick John, and he told me, okay, Saturday, come and check them, what time, and we'll have a meeting. So I went there Saturday with my laptop, everything well nice, you know, for meeting. When I came there, he had stepped out to go and do something. I met some guys there, Mr. Wise and some other people. So I come there, tell them I come to a meeting and things, so they tell me what meeting that. I tell them, I explain to them what the meeting is, they tell me they don't know nothing about that. I said, you know what I mean? I spoke to them, well, the meeting they're going to have there is a national team thing, and they don't know nothing about what I come and do there. So that made me feel so dejected. Break me down.
And you already, that kind of did
I just like come there so ready to present my thing. And them and tell me they don't know nothing about that, and like I said, man, they said talking. So I just take my thing, and I tell them my boom, and I go, and I say, you know what? I have to just do my thing and try, you know. So I start going by them games, my camera, take little shots, take little clips.
Football games,
yeah, football games. So now, you know, I was behind the football because my son played football. So all the time, I try to make sure the football reach a level for him to enjoy, because at the rate I see the football going, I checking like, it going, by the time he reach time to make a national team and thing there, it will be, you know, nothing. So I start, you know, following the games and coming and take a little footage, even practice, you know, take a little footage and know them, try to promote the players, see who the good players are and promote them. I start taking my own little thing, take out photos. They even, a certain time, they even start dreading me, telling me I cannot take photos of, I have to ask permission to take out photos and things. I think, so if newspaper come and take out photos, I tell them that.
But you got a lot of pushback, man.
Yeah, my boy.
What you were trying to achieve.
What a little pushback, man. Boy, they already put me outside the park, tell me I come and do a little the national team training, I come and take a little thing, an interview, and telling me I need permission to be there, give me permission, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing nothing wrong, I just trying to help. I'm not asking for money, I'm not asking for nothing. I taking my time out to come and try and make I see what is needed. Like, nobody knows who the players are, nobody don't know when the team plays, nobody knows when the national team gonna play, and those kind of things there yet. So I checking like I see a need. So I come and feel like, yeah, but I don't ask. I think they should be paying somebody to do, but I do that for free. And I even, you know, so, you know, and I doing that there, and I checking like, you know what, let me leave that alone. Let me go down to the grassroots, the youths, because it's looking like that, like what they now, like there's nothing can be done, because people are not, you know, they have their own vibes, they have their own agenda. So they're
not seeing the vision.
Vision, right. So I say, let me go to the root of it and work with the crop that's coming up. So work with the product from the roots to build, to get some good fruits, because, yeah. And then that's how I end up, you know, checking like, you know, the youth is the way to go.
Okay.
And let me start to promote the youth. So I start to take out photos of the youths and things so. And then join that. They like they always come on my page to see yourself. And then I start a page, I call it Sports Mags. And I telling them, you know, every time they got a picture, come there, hey, Sports Mags in a place, and everybody excited because Sports Mags one of the fellas, you know, fellas feeling good about it, motivating them because when they see Sports Mag, you know, hey, the picture gonna be on the Facebook and stuff like that. So that motivates them to you know, train a little better and, you know, put a little more effort into the training and things like that. You know what I mean? And then from there I say, okay, basketball, I see basketball herself, you know, same way. So it's like at that point in time, the sports just dropped because like the Windsor Park is no longer there. So the sports it just deteriorated, and like, you know, you don't, like, nobody really feeling, you know, motivated to play. There's no place to sit. When you go and watch a game, you stand up, lean on a car, you know what I mean? So the atmosphere wasn't there. So I started to go and do the same thing for the basketball and just, you know, because I think I wanted more content and to go on the Sports Mag and trying to get the page big up and all that kind of thing. And I will end up making a team. I started making a team, I call it Magnificos because my money. So Maggie,
you again?
Yeah, take my money and make my team because me say I want to play too. Also I want to play and I cannot play so good. So if I go on a team, I'm on the bench. I was on a team with Peter and them, I was make our team, you know, X-Men. But them I'm get all kind of friendly fellas and I'm on the bench. I can't get a chance to play. We in the Windsor Park, but I a cheerleader. I can't remember garbage time I get in. So I say, you know what? You have to make your, why do you play? You have to make your team. So I got to make my own team. I call it Magnificos, Maggie, Magnificos, and that's my team.
Oh my God.
And I get my uniforms and thing, and I imagine that I still do starting. I still have to humble myself and I just off the bench, my own team. I still can't start, but I cool because I know I can play. At least I didn't get to play with athletes. When I was on team, I wasn't touching the court, but now I know I will play. So I take my little minutes and so, and you know, and we did, and we flow in. I make a youth team, and we have I make a female team, and we flow in, and that's how I get involved in the sports and pushing the vibes, you know, and checking myself like, eventually, it's going to grow. You know, and things going to happen.
Right.
Once you stick to it, stick to the program and stay focused.
And other things started to happen.
Yes.
You started to assist in getting young players out, and there was the formation of 767 Sports and all of that. So let's talk about that bit.
Right. So from Magnificos, what I realized was happening is some people like I start to feel like people feeling like Magnificos is Maggie, so it's Maggie thing. So we have a thing like they feel like they're working for Maggie, like they're playing for Maggie, and it's all about Maggie because the team name was my money, you know.
Yes.
They don't check it now, only checking like, so it was a little difficult for me to get people to cooperate and to get good players. So I decided to change the name to make it not about Maggie. So I went from Magnificos to 767, which is Dominica. So everybody is not Maggie thing.
Right.
Is all everybody thinks Dominica.
Right.
And that's how the transition went from Magnificos to 767. And then from there start to same, you know, it start to build up and it start to evolve, and then start to go from just making team to actually organizing. Same way like in music, you know, was making a team, waiting for leagues to play leagues. I find like I taking too long. We need to make our own league. So I start to organize a league in Goodwill, you know, my partner Tito, may soul rest in peace.
Yes, I remember Tito.
That's my boy. Soon time we're gonna do something in his memory in terms of basketball because he trusts me up in Goodwill there, working on that. You know, so we organize our league, and you know, my team ended up winning the of course, because they say it because it's my team and my league, but no, that wasn't it. We really deserved it because we had some good players. We had a man like Thomas Felix, one of the baddest MVPs from Massac, you know, and then we had Bram Sanderson, kind of boy, the singer riding bicycle.
He
now.
was a cyclist.
That man,
yes.
That man is just an animal of an athlete. He's a, you know. So we had them guys there. We had some deadly fellas, so nobody could touch us. You know, and so from there we start doing these things, and then start to develop players, and you know, go around, and then from there now we end up in the with football. For doing all that, and up in the football, when I went I was passing down, that was 2013. I was walking down, going to town, and then I saw football playing on the Savannah. But I thought it was youth, like boys. I thought it was academy players, you know. I said, I cannot pass football straight. So I go inside my camera one time, I want to take some videos of them youths playing, you know, to see what talent I see. And lo and behold, girls really are playing there. I couldn't believe that, because when from passing, the way the game was playing, you swear it's boys, because them girls wasn't looking like, you know, I expected
no softness.
No softness. I expected girls to be shifting ball and things, but on the field at the moment was Woodford Hill, girls from Woodford Hill. It was Wood City Strikers, and they was playing against another team, I think it's Goodwill Runners, against Woodford Hill. And I checking what? I seen them girls, the other girl named Kisander, the other Tabik, and from Woodford Hill.
Not for you, good with names,
and them girls not shifting for ball, and heading ball and chasing ball and cut and run. I think, what? Girls can play football now? And I stayed and I filmed that. I was really amazed by what I saw. And it was the league was organized, the festival was organized by Harlem and Mr. Wang Tit, my partner.
I know
Wang. Wang was the one who introduced me to female football, women football. You know what I mean? So when I came in there, I see that. Now I saw the team from Woodford only had 8 girls, and the other team had 11. And you couldn't tell, because the 8 girls was playing like
wicked.
Boy, you mad. So I actually get drawn towards those girls. I thinking like, hey, well, who's the coach? They don't have no coach, and they don't have uniform. Somebody, Sabrina Bully, and them was part of the Harlem team. They would have borrowed them some shirts to put on them to play. So I tell them, hey, I want to help all you, I want to work for you, all playing good, you know what I mean? I need to, you know, let me help all you, I can get uniforms and things like that, and it's true. So they tell me, get back to me and things so and thing, and then yeah, they tell me, alright. And right there, I became the coach of Wood City Strike. I think from White Woodford Hill, and from Newtown, you know. And he said, from White Woodford Hill.
They would take all the Woodford Hill.
And I is the coach. And now they have 8 girls, and they tell them, so, oh, when you was in the team, they tell me, well, them girls down there don't interested in the football anymore, and it's 8 of them, and you know, they begging them to come and play, they come and play. I said, alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to get some girls from around. We're going to recruit some girls. So I take the 2 stars on the team was Tabik and Kisander. So I said, 2 of all you're going to recruit players, because they're on the national, those 2 girls on the national team. So I said, all you're going to recruit players, get some national players to play before them. Tell them all, you know, and then my boss, the boss at the time.
Oh.
So we go on the boss and tell them where we going. So we're going up to Fokane to check for one player. I forgot the name. We're going to check a player Fokane.
You don't have to remember every name, Maggie.
Yeah, so we go and check player Fokane. Player tell us, well, she going to play Mao for Kenneth, because Wayne George has played for Wayne George and them, and Kenneth and them don't scout already, and they check her to play for them. I said, okay, cool. So, but she said she want to train it first, so she come in first on the bus, and she said she will come and train it first, you know, she like to play football, you know what I mean? So she come in first, and we go Fokole, let's go Fokole and check the goalkeeper, Kalisha Joseph. Check Kalisha, they tell Kalisha, we're making a team, we want you to join our team, and Kalisha second, okay, they are the work and they talking and thing, and I drive in, and they recruit Kalisha. Then they recruit one girl, that recruit 3 girls one time. That is what's the name again? My girl, what I remember.
I tell you, you don't have to remember every name.
Romelsia Philip. Yeah, Romelsia Philip. When they check Romelsia Philip, we get another one from Tarish, and then we get another player. So we get a striker, a winger, a defender, and a striker. 3 of them come together. We get a package. So that's 5 players we get. Okay? So we have 5 players plus 8, we have 14 now, we're nice.
Nice.
And we come in and we ready to in the league.
Yes.
And Wang now helping us, because Wang feeling sorry for the vibes. You really want to try to help us, because you're like, boy, you want us to, so it can be good, you want to help that team build. So we build a team, and we have a practice match with Wang and them. And Wang give us a volley, because Wang team well organized. Wang have Kiana and all them deadly girls, and you know, girls from Lapwet and thing, and strong team. So they give us a volley. I said, no problem. So I come back again to the drawing board, and we organize, and I end up meeting a coach, a player, a legend they call Coco Robertson Ipoli, Coco I meet him in the gardens. I was passing in the gardens, and I see him He was with Bala is another coach. He was Bala was training his team. And there was a girl that came to watch her niece train. Her niece is anyway.
Go on.
Yeah. So she was checking her niece play. And Brittany, I must call Brittany name. Brittany is her niece. Brittany Stout. That's another deadly player from Dominica. Brittany Stout. Bad player, that's my favorite player. So she watching Brittany play and she there. And she had a little child, and the little child, they're kicking the ball with the little child, and the little child kicking the ball nice. So the little child want to kick it for her mother, but the mother don't know how to kick a ball. She can't kick the ball. So Coco Show noticed that the child wants to kick the ball to the mother, but the mother don't know, So Coco Show come take the ball, and within 5 minutes, Coco Show had the mother kicking the ball like she played football all her life.
Wow.
Show the technique how to put that foot there and kick the ball. And now the mother and the child kicking ball, I say, what, sir? Sir.
Right there.
Right
You
there,
begging
sir.
me? You asking.
I have a team, Newton. I have a team. I want you to help me, please. What I see you do there, that is magic. I need you to help me. I tell him, I ask somebody, ask him what's his name, and I say, you like Coco Show? I hear so much about you. And that's how I meet Coco Show in the gardens 2014 for my first time. And I bring him, I tell him where I train at Newton, and if I can't bring him gardens, I tell him, well, why I Newton have, He said, okay, he'll come, but I never know, Kent's Brown Harlem and everything.
Yeah.
And Coco Show don't come Newton.
Right.
But he checking like, okay, for he'll make a team because he have a passion just like me for football and coaching. So Coco Show come Newton. And now I had some other girls in the team that couldn't play so good. And then when they see, we used to train Newton when we're training, we wait for little girls to come up and they train in first on the Savannah and they go on the bus. And one had his girls on the other half and I had my girls on the other half. But one team had so much nice equipment. They had hurdles and they had cones and markers and all kind of balls. Myself, all I have is 2 balls and that's it. All I have is 2 balls and I don't have no b-ball or nothing. And we just kicking our ball and we know like a thing and then we can play and we just checking our scene. I'm not no coach. I just checking like do all the thing and like I know what the game and let's go. Okay? So now when Coco Show come now, I had 2 girls that was training with us, but they was so when they see the training over there with Wang and his equipment looking so pretty, they leave us and one join. Them girls leave our team and checking coach. We go down there, because don't go looking more organized.
Oh my God!
All the thing looking too quasi. But yeah, don't say nothing. All the thing looking too quasi, or they're more organized. So they go down there. Guess what now? Coco Show come now and now we start to train. And boy, our training looking organized now. Because Coco Show is that is the best coach in terms of teaching a player from nothing to something. Coco Show. You see? And Coco Show, you had some other players out there that couldn't play, and Coco Show had them girls looking like players. So them 2 girls over there now,
they come back
and they start to drift, and they drift towards us, and coach, we can come back.
Oh my goodness.
I say, sure man, you're welcome.
Of course.
What you man? Them girls leave one and come back on our team. And we jam in. Yeah man, and then we joined the league and league start now. And our first game, guess who was our first game? Harlem. And now Wang beat us twice in practice. Harlem beat us twice. So now we come now, Coco Show now in charge. And I did as the manager, Coco Show the coach. And Coco Show set up the team. And we playing, and they been playing, and Harlem score first. And then we playing again, and we equalize. Then Harlem come back and score. And passes Harlem up 2-1. And then we come and we equalize. No, we go up 2-1 and then Harlem come and equalize, and what's the name there from Lapwet passing ball and shooting behind me, boy, celebrating, boy, they score and what's your other guys talking plenty. I like to talk when we score, I reading and I celebrate on the side. So when she equalized, man, she and Ali Jean them they're troubling me. So Coco Show come and then the other girl now from Kings Hill, playing for Harlem up to now right now. Joseph and Kimara. So she now is a player. Wang just tell her, you see, that's my star player. Just stay by her and don't make her do nothing. Just hold her, just push her, anything. So whole game my star player under pressure from that player. And the technique working because she can't do nothing and she getting vexed, she getting aggravated, she want to fight and things. So Coco should tell her, come a while. It's about 5 minutes ago in the game. Coco should tell her, come a while. Kisanda, come a while. She come, Coco should hold her eyes. And I'm right there witnessing that. Coco should listen to me. The girl that only there, she just, all you have to do is run this way, make her just run like going this way, and just run back so, and you leave her down, the ball, pop. You just put drop, so Coco should drop the play. And boom,
it worked.
Work to perfection. The girl she just go there, and the girl troubling her, and she just run up, and the ball pass, she just pass, boom, goal, 3-2. And that was our first victory.
And you won. Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're moving on.
Yeah, man.
So, the 767
yes.
continued to develop. And to the point where we heard you had you got an opportunity to go overseas.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes.
Tell us about that, how that came about and the results. And as well, tell us about some of the young people that you were able to help to get out to go to colleges.
Okay, look, okay, so
not so much details.
Okay, quickly. Okay, so we must go to the point where it started. Like, okay, so because of all what I've been doing with Facebook and things, so I'm using Facebook to promote all my vibes. That people out there seeing my things, start to see, and they're seeing to the point where they think that I'm a big club owner with a lot of players because they feel like the players belongs to me and my club. But it's not my club. It's just I just promoting Dominica players, and I'm part of Harlem. I on the Solka Emmanuel because that's what after Coco Show. You have Coco Show, the teacher, and you have Solka is a doctor, and Solka now. I hear about I see him play and things so, but then the coaching is the next level. So I was Solka now, and Solka showed me how we can develop players, take them and just mold them into what he want them to be. And I see him doing that, and then from there he undertake Harlem and develop a program for Harlem and start to put things in place and take Harlem from 6th place to reach 4th place and 2nd place and stuff like that. So I believe in Solka now because I see what he's doing and I see the development and in the players and everything. So from there, he became my mentor. So anything is Solka football. Every night he sit down in the gym and while he gymming, I gym in my brain with and from there now, while he's promoting my vibes, there's this guy, a doctor, Mr. Aaron King in St. Lucia. He lives in the States, but he got a scholarship for football in the States. He lives in Atlanta. So they have a foundation, they call it Frederick Foundation, getting scholarship for players. So they start a showcase, scholarship showcase, and they try to contact the Dominica FA, they send letters to them, and the other FA Grenada, but they're not getting no response. They send twice to Dominica, no response. So then he sees my thing, my vibes on there. So he say, sir, would you like to get some of your players in a showcase we have for scholarship? I tell him, explain to me, tell me about it. He tell me about it and scouts and blah 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 blah, and you have to come to St. Lucia in the showcase and thing. So they're talking. I tell him, well, no, of course that's what I've been waiting for. Let's go. What I have to do.
I am suspecting, Maggie, that we may really have to do a part 2 of it.
So quick. So right, how much documents and everything I need? It says you have to 5 players, boys. So I say, what you mean boys? No, what girls? Because right at that point I was pushing
women's
football, and my main player I was pushing was Romel Philip because that girl was bright and she was, you know what I mean, phenomenal in football. She was the captain of the national team at 17 and her academic test was high. So I check in like, hey, what about girls? He tell me, well, if you have a girl that is, good enough, and bring her. So I say, alright, so the first name I put on my list was Romel Philip. Then being on Solka, I put two players, Giles Michel, Andres Joseph, them guys, that's the Harlem captain and vice captain, defenders, so I put them 2 guys. Then I selected another guy from Mao, because I don't want them to say it's just Harlem, because I'm from Harlem, I take Harlem players alone. So I take one from Mao, which is Nick Anthony, and I take one from Baffin State, which is Fitzjolly. And then I said, okay, I go to Solka. I said, Solka, this is what I got. Boom. And, he said, so we can't get more players, only 5. I say, let me ask the guy. The guy tell me, okay, you can give us 2 more. And Solka said, okay, we're going to take Montel James and Alicia Teeth. That's a girl and a boy from Harlem. So now we have 7 players. And then from there we take that and then we go. Because the majority of our Harlem, we went now to Don and tell Don this is what we have and this is what we need to do. And we take it from there and boom, and then we organize, get all the things go. And then we went to St. Lucia with the 7 players, myself, Solka, Sabrina Bully, we go over there. And when we went on the field with the players, and it was it had about 40 something St. Lucian boys and girls, and we have 7 of us, 2 girls and 5 boys. But our 7 players just stole the show. When they touch the field, the scouts start to hold their head like, where those players have come out? And the academics herself, hi, Giles, hi, Andres, everybody, you know. And the game, the level of the game, the coach holding their head like, wow, where these players come from? You show them are professional and things like that, you know. And from there, at the end of it, we got, when we do what we do, 6 out of the 7 got scholarships. Only person that didn't get was Nick Anthony from Maho. And so the whole 5 hours in the Harlem program got, plus 1 more, you know. And then the following year, the same Nick Anthony, because of he was part of our vibe and the 6th was so good that they told us to let him come again and try, and he made it. So he made it, and then the next year, the following year, when Nick Anthony went, what happened is that the foundation decided that when the things went so successful that the FA from get involved, they was part of it. They assisted in tickets and things to go to. They had a big part to play in that regard. Harlem, everybody came together, you know. But the foundation now made a direct connection with the FA now, and now the FA took over the program.
Okay.
And then they selected 11 players. But in the 11 players they selected, there were players that me and Solka, we had a plan to organize a program for that thing, to select the players around island wide and do a showcase like we went to, so we could select the best players. But the FA had other plans, they did it their way, and we were telling them like, hey, you all are leaving out players that are the prime product that this thing needs, like Delroy Parker, you know. And you know, and they say nah, it's under 18. I say no, we are versed with the thing, we went through it. 22 is a cutoff age. Delroy Parker is 19, he's eligible. They say no. Anyway, I say, you know what, leave it alone. So I called the guy from the foundation and listen, can we bring our players, because Dominica have the condition, but they are leaving out players that I feel that needs to be there. He told me, well, Maggie, I trust your judgment, so you can, you know, you're welcome. So I selected Delroy Parker. I spoke to him, tell him, you know, get help his club and them and his people and to help him with his passage and things like that. And let's go St. Lucia. And also there's another guy, his mom, Usher George from Portsmouth, his mom now, she heard about me and heard what we do, so she's checking like, yo, my son is a good footballer and he needs a chance, you know, help him, Maggie. So I said, no problem. Yeah, so she paid for everything, and that was like Hurricane Maria, after Hurricane Maria. Alright? So after Hurricane Maria, I moved to St. Lucia with my son because the house mashed up with our house.
Yes.
And the school system kind of messed up, and he's just like me, repeat for form, because same vibes. He born with the school and thing. So I brought him to St. Lucia to finish school in a normal circumstance setting. So he there. So I ended up getting a one-bedroom apartment there. So I tell Parker, you can stay with me, but now the other player come and he stayed in a hotel, so Parker in the hotel was there. And then I had Parker in my place, I put Parker on my bed, I take it on the floor, I put my son in the room with the other guy, you know what I mean? Guy checking Parker, he's a player, I know. So when we go to the showcase, we come to the showcase and we enter. Guess who is the top of the showcase? Parker. When Parker touched the field, all the coaches, all the scouts were in the VIP watching thing. They checking, they cannot stay up there. They ran down and checking like they need to get a closer look at this guy. And they coming to me, Mr. Maggie, where do you find them? Well, I say, well, yo, Dominica, we have a cesspool of talent. You know? They say, we need to come to Dominica. There's one from Africa. We need to come to Dominica. I say, yes, my brother, we do. You know? And they ask me for Solka because Solka didn't come on that trip. Because, you know, so they have a respect for me and Solka because of they checking like what we product we bring to them is you know, the best, premium. So from they came, they see Parker was it. That was it. They wanted to take Parker right away.
Okay.
And then the other players, you know, they took some players, but Parker was sold from right there. He was the top of the team, and he and Usher, both of them get selected. Now the thing about Usher was actually, when you see the way Parker was performing and the way everybody was on Parker, he started to force himself and try to, but I was telling him, yo, just relax and play your game. Don't try to do like Parker, do your thing.
Do your own thing.
So I was surprised he was selected, but guess what? He was selected because they trust my judgment. Okay. That once I brought him, that means he's good.
Okay.
Right.
Good, Maggie, we have to talk about basketball,
yeah.
And then we talk about the GP, and then we have to wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay. we promise the viewers and the listeners, all right?
Oh,
so we
okay.
have to wrap up at 10:30. We're not going to be on 10:30. So let us get the details about how did you get back into basketball, and what are your plans for basketball?
Yeah, well, just like the football, the basketball, I see the basketball really dwindling. I see the football have its vibes, you know. And when I see what happening with football and the scholarship things happening now and things happening, I see like basketball needs this too. So I said, boy, I need to reach out to our players out there get scholarship to do something just like what happened in basketball. I put a post on Facebook. I say, hey, we need to do that. I need to reach out to a man like Gav Joseph and all those guys out there, you know, Brad Mason and them, and say, hey, let's talk to you all, people and them that recruited you, and see, you know, see how we can get some more guys, because I can remember when last we get a basketball player on a scholarship. And so that I just think it, I speak it, and then I say it have to manifest. And I start to push, so I decided, you know, let's push. And then I had, I put a squad together, like an all-star team with Bram Sanderson and those guys, you know, Kelsey Guy and Ricky and all those guys. And was organizing, and I was telling them that we're putting this thing together as a foundation to build, you know, so the young players will get motivated to be part of this, because once they see that, you know, kind of caliber of players, you're gonna, for you to be on that, you have to be good. So we made that team, and we had a meeting up in the hospital, by the hospital place in a conference room, and we discussed it. But I tell them, it's a process. So you guys may not benefit from it directly in terms of, but these, you know, those
the others coming up.
Yeah, we'll get it. So don't feel no, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna start it. But you know, we're gonna be the pioneers, you know, to start it. And we started from there, and we also organized the summer camp. That's me and Bram. We start the summer camp. Started in Goodwill and get some kids to come, and we start building it and taking camera, taking some video footage, and, you know, putting them out, promoting them, and for, you know, for the scouts and, you know, people out there to see. Because we need people to see them so they can know, you know, we exist, and keep in doing that. You know, there's this kid there, what's his name, Malik Laura. You know, we after doing all those things and building up all the vibes, you know, starting the summer camp, I start checking like, okay, we need to go out and look for players, because look for talent, because basketball is tall people, tall players. So we need to look for tall players that are young. So I end up passing Bali Savannah again, football. I go in there and I see a tall kid standing up by Bali Savannah watching. That's after Erica. After Erica, he's from P. Savannah, so he's living in Stockholm now because they play smash up. And he watching his cousin play football. So I come by him and I say, I'm watching the youth. I say, what? I say, my youth play basketball. I mean, I tell him why. He say, just so. I say, no boy, who's your parents? Tell me, look his mother there. I tell his mother, how come you don't play basketball? He tell me, he don't like sports. I say, you don't like sports, you're mad, man. I tell his mother, let me tell that. We have a program in grammar school on a Saturday from 3 o'clock. Please bring your son there for me, please. She bring him there and give him the ball, he can't bounce the ball, nothing. I still buy a ball for him, and tell him, listen to me. All the chance you get this bouncy ball, I teach him how to bounce the ball, and, you know, we there, Mills helping me, you know, different people helping me, and we have other kids there, and we do also, we there doing all the thing. And then we have a summer program, he came in there, and there he have his ball and things, so, and little time after that, after summer, school open, I coach in grammar school because my son went to grammar school, and I from SMA where I check in, I have to coach where my son is, because I see in grammar school I have a coach, and I see my son level, I do like to lose, and he get frustrated, so I have to go there and help. So I coach in grammar school, and Malik go to SMA, And after school opened, SMA grammar school playing. I seen a tall kid in SMA uniform. I said, what? Mr. Make the team? Can I check in like he tall, but he do the thing, but he make the team. Not only did he make the team, they beat us, and Malik scored about 40 points. Yeah, he scored 40 points, 20 rebounds. Simply using a technique I show him to, when you get the ball, do not bring it down, just tip it back up. So, just, and he scored 40 points, 20 rebounds, and how much thing? So it was bittersweet for me. My team lose, but that's my students.
You recognize.
So I said, boy, So I just realized that something I'm doing, the 767 we are doing something and it's working. So we need to continue doing it. And then so I start to give it more drills and take up footage and things so. And I start coming on the radio now and talking about it and talking about my program. Afi started inviting me to come on the show there. And in talking about it, this lady from Dominica living in Miami, call and say, hey, her husband's friend is a coach in high school, and he know about that kid 6'5", and they're interested. His age is just 14 or 13. He was 14. They're interested. So I said, what do we need to do? They tell us, they need footage and bam 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 and thing. So I say, okay, I'm gonna get footage for you. So I sent footage of him in training, but they said they want footage of him playing in like the league. I say, boy, that's what I've been advocating for so long. I've been telling them all the association and the sports division and them,
etc.
Yeah, we need to videotape the kids playing, because that's what the scouts want. Scouts don't travel to islands anymore. They look at tapes and see, So we couldn't get anything. So I had to now create something. So I checked my partner Sharon Burton. He found Sharon Burton. He had a camera like that and his thing. And we went to SMA in the yard, organized a fast tournament. And
in essence, you got the footage.
I got the footage.
Right.
Got the footage, sent it. But guess what happened? Malik his parents came and he was so shy that he didn't perform how he had to perform. But there was another player, Jacob Barry, who performed exceptionally well from Cochrane. He used to be in St. Croix. He performed so well, and he made a tape from the thing, give it to me, I sent it out, that he got interest from coaches all over the states. And then from there, we got a coach to come down, and the coach took him, bring him to New York, and that's how we got our first player up in New York, Jacob Barry. Next come...
But we can't go into details of
the rest.
not
details. No. Next one follow was Malik.
Right.
Malik went to Oklahoma.
Oh, awesome.
Another one come again, Kishon Children from Newtown, tall, 6'8", 14 years old.
Wow.
He's now in New York.
Okay.
And there's another one we're working with right now. There's Shanai from Granby. He's soon, and we have a lot of kids in there. We have Rivaldo and a lot of kids, and the program is continuing, and we're just developing players, and that's all,
DABA.
Plans. Right.
Congratulations on the president.
Yes, sir. Give thanks. So now my work speaks for itself, right? All the work I'm doing, that's my campaign. So I decided, you know what? Being there in the basketball, I think I need to take the lead, because the basketball still not, things are happening, Things are happening, but it to happen more, because I have a vision, I have a mission, and I have the time and the passion and the time. So I thinking like, that's my campaign. So I decided I'm going for it. You know what I mean? And I went to the executive. I was part of the executive already, but this was as the PRO. I decided I need to be at the helm right now to steer the ship. So I went in there to the meeting. I won by just one vote against Miss Sheena Harry. So I was happy. It wasn't like a one-sided thing, because that means there's support on both sides for both of us. So we should now come together, bring your support and my support, and let's move forward. And things are going pretty well, and the emphasis remains on the youth, the young ones. You know what I mean? And it's going pretty good right now. We have a lot of things going on. We have under 17 in training. We have some players going to represent Dominica, 5 under 17 players going to Puerto Rico. And we have a lot of things in the place, in the works,
Okay.
And we have a nice week going on right now. Marcus is down in St. Joe. Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, you need to come out and check it out. Yes. Take a line, come and support the vibes.
I'm going to ask you, Maggie, what is it that Maggie needs right now? So there's a ton of people listening to the program, a ton of people viewing the program. We know your passion. We know your commitment. We know your dedication. We know that a lot of times you take things out of your own pocket. And there may be times you can, and there may be times that you can't. If you had 3 things that those who are viewing or those who are listening right now could contribute to you to continue doing what you're doing successfully, because we can see that what you're doing it because of the love of it, and you're not doing it to get nothing out of it. It is that of it is
for
clear.
sure. I just want it to be good for my youth, the youth,
That is
my
correct.
son
Yes.
especially is my drive behind. I want him to enjoy the things I enjoy.
Yes.
You know.
So tell me, Maggie, if there were 3 things that you would ask for.
Free alone.
Yes, let's just do 3. If you would want the folks out there to assist you with, what would those 3 things be?
Well, first of all, right now, as of up to now, I'm homeless.
Yes.
So it's very difficult for me to do what I'm doing because I don't have basketball doesn't have an office.
Right.
And I still have a home.
Right.
So I have a base.
So you need a home.
I need a home.
Okay, I think that one is at the government level.
But office. If I go get an office space, I think about a container to build an office or something. I get an office space. That'll be good. Also, resources like things like I need a computer.
You need a laptop, whatever it is.
Yeah, some phone, a good phone. A little touch on there that really tired and breathless.
Right.
So I get a good phone.
So a home.
Yeah, a home.
An office, some kind of office space.
Yes, some space.
But in terms of the other little smaller things,
with equipment in it, printers and everything I can do things like so all
but
that coming in it, like the computer, the laptop, the phone, the communication device.
Yes, he does need some support from the people, and that's why I'm getting him tonight to say what he needs to see how legit you all are in supporting him. Let's make some things happen here for Maggie as we're getting ready to wrap up.
Yes.
So a computer,
a
mobile phone, and
for transportation. It can be a little jalopy, but I really because that's one of my major setback. Transportation.
Okay.
If I get a little jalopy, I'll be.
You would.
Yeah, man. If I can move around and I could use it to go further out to see talents further out because we did a nice tour the other day on a bus and went from Roseau all the way to Marigot and that's how we started that on the 17th,
Okay.
So transportation is key.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Okay, good stuff, Maggie. We have to wrap up, but you have to give me this story. I'm sorry, Sherwin is gonna cut my neck tonight, but we have to hear that little story of how the young lady broke your heart.
Yeah. Well, they say karma is so that's why I learned. That has a lot to do with why I live in right now. That I know that if you do good, you're gonna get good. Your parents always telling you, "South is our way."
We say we.
And it's true, and I experienced it because I had this when I was in the band vibes. Well, it's music.
No name calling. Yeah. You had a nice girl.
A nice girl.
Yes.
And I didn't treat her too well. I was treating her good enough, but I had plenty of girls.
Yes.
So myself, I can
Mel Boo.
I should get fed up with, I should not fed up with what, okay, enough of over there now. And
you had enough now, you want some big macaroni?
Yeah, so I did that one, and that one was really hurt, she cried and things, so, and myself, I checking like, boy, and, so end up going to Miami on tour with, Nye and Skinny and all time there, and I meet these girls come for Carnival, and Maggie running things because Nye and Skinny, we jamming that time, 2003, and the girl come down and we was on before, so when she come down, we reunite again, and boy, me had running things, so Maggie's parties, bam, everything, and then I move up to the States. When we do our first gig from there, I leave them guys in New York and I go down to Miami to meet the girl, and we together thing, but now things start to get a little slow in terms of Dominica. When she was there with me, things were fast, money was making, things was happening. But things kind of simmer down where we have to wait time before gig. So things start to get slow with me, dollars are turning, so people have needs. So she started to go back to the other boyfriends and I was passing it and I pass it at the moment.
God.
They're like, hey, things do working, you know what I mean? So started living me in the apartment and going checking and thing. And we bought the head started with me. I was like, what happened there? Right? And now I like a fish out of water because I'm in Miami. in Miami, I have I don't know really know people, so I just have to stay and take my thing. So I just try and get back some points, to get back things, things are working. So, well, that was it. The exact same thing that I did to the other girl, that girl did it to me. She left me and went and like me and myself. Imagine
yes.
As soon as my gig was finished, I went down. I ended up in hospital for 2 weeks.
You serious?
Yeah, so I get a pneumonia. I go and do some stupidness. Like what I did do that to me is like I was feeling. I so trying to get back for to love me and thing that I go and get something for her. She's not right, and I ran like from here to Kinfield and back to go and buy something for her. And when I come back, I go and bathe one time and I almost catch a pneumonia. And that ended up, so that as a result of that, I ended up in hospital. I spent 2 weeks in hospital.
Maggie.
And me and my partner Bucky, Bucky's like a draft, and then Bucky in the hospital, no jokes. So that I good experience, I learned from it.
Yes.
That made me stronger, so that made me know I don't ever want to get that feeling again. And that made me know, like, anytime you have to think, I will listen to all the youths and them out there. When you know the couple coming on, tell that anytime you have to wonder where she is, who she is, where she be, what she doing, leave that alone.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a sign that you're in trouble.
Yes.
You check it? So
I check it.
yeah, man.
Okay.
If you have to do it twice, you have a problem.
Yes,
you can't
absolutely.
After all.
Maggie, you've caused me to go into major overtime tonight,
man.
but I think it was such a wonderful program. I mean, you really see people and you never really know their story, but it's so much to learn, and maybe somewhere down the line we might have a part 2, Maggie.
Yeah, man,
There's
so
more,
much
right?
I bet a lot of people don't know I'm married.
You're married?
Yeah, bet. Almost 5 years.
So, what is Madame?
She's in New York, but I want to get divorced too.
You want to get
it? That's one of the show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man, and for sport, and because of sports,
because of sports.
Yeah. She's checking like, she can't take it again. More too much emphasis on sports and thing, and she don't get attention.
Oh my goodness. You don't want to go to the
States, yeah, because I have to stay there and help my youth.
Imagine at one time you didn't get your visa,
exactly,
now you have opportunity to go.
Yeah, and like New York in a big house and I'm homeless, don't make it, but I prefer to stay there because I want to help my youth and them.
Oh my God, the sacrifice, you're sacrificing yourself?
Yeah, man, I want to help my youth and I enjoy my life at 45 and I have so much fun, I go all over the world, I have so much girls and things like that. Like I checking like right now I need to live for the youth and them.
Yes.
I need to do things for the youth and them. So I don't know New York and live. New York is for young people. I tell them, come down, she's from St. Lucia. Come down, we can build our empire. You know, we have St. Lucia, we can.
Yes.
Or she maintain, they're making money and come up there and up there. I don't want to come up there. So right now I can like, you don't want to come down, I don't want to go up. Well,
we go separate ways.
But I stick into my things. That is my passion. I make a little compromise, but that is my passion. I want to help the youths and them. And my country, I cannot lead them. Yeah. I cannot be up there enjoying myself and they down there going and things are working and sports going long and down.
Your final words for us, Maggie, as we wrap up, and you can speak to support that you need, how, you know, and I'm not just talking about, you know, the things we spoke about earlier on, but even at a higher level, you know, how is that support? You know, just give us your final comments.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you for the opportunity and
trust me, Maggie.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
Yeah. And in terms of support, we just let's go DAB and as the president, in the Antonio, and we need a lot of things, and we are not funded like our FIFA funds the football. So we're really looking for everybody to, you know, help us in terms of resources. You know, we need things like, we need balls, we need, you know, equipment, you know, we need score clock and stuff like that to help us out there. And for my, you know, for my academy, I have an academy, and we do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays from 3 o'clock to 4:30. Right now we're at Bath Road by the gardens. There are enough nice students, a lot of SMA players, and they're really enthusiastic, you know. And we need same thing. We need equipment, you know. We need stuff for that. We need a lot of youths to have, you know, sneakers and football, same way I want boots, something like that. So, you know, just, you know, link up with those things like that, little things, you know. I always saying like people only come for carnival or festival, just deflate, just walk with a ball, deflate
Yes,
it.
something.
Everybody just come along with a ball and just ready for
Yes,
Maggie,
yes.
and you know what I mean?
You'll make it work.
Yeah, and just want to say one more thing that on the week, on the 12th, I'll be going up to Miami for a meeting with the president, or all the president of the basketball special meeting. And I'm calling on to all the people up in the Florida area that wants to, donate and contribute towards either Dominica basketball or 767 basketball. That go link me up.
They can link you up on social media. And you have
WhatsApp 767-616-4459. And Dunstan Maggie Peters on Facebook. Link me up so we can, tell me we can, I can find out where I'm going to be staying at, and make a contribution. Balls, nets and anything, clocks, whistles, things for the basketball, things for football. You know what I mean?
Let's make it happen.
Make it happen, man. Yeah, man. We can do it among ourselves. I'm going to talk about government. As a people, if all of us can put,
any small contribution, all adds up.
Yeah, man, it's going to add up. You know what I mean? And one more thing is that a major
That's
thing.
your third one more thing.
Yeah, a major thing we have to talk about is how the sports, the athletes, the vision I have for the athletes to make money through their talent, like to get paid for playing, like that. Like, that's another show. Okay. But that has to happen. That's my ultimate goal, to see that happen, and I have the formula, and
you'll make it
will happen. I'll go live soon on Facebook and explain it.
All right, good stuff. All right. Ooh, what a program. Thank you so much, Maggie. It was indeed a pleasure having you on the program tonight. We still have quite a strong viewership. People are still tuned in. I know they want more, but we have to wrap up now. As I mentioned, I think next week Monday is a holiday in Dominica, so the program will be back the following Monday. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the support. Please feel free to leave us a comment on the live. We don't mind, even after we go off. Again, thanks for the support. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Until next time. You take a good stretch on that.